Good Monday morning. Let's do this. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. You know the drill. Hop on the stream. Join the Horde. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can always listen to the show. Real easy. Download the Rock 106.1 app. It's free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker. Check us out on the website, rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
So I had every intention of going to Lincoln and South, new brewery on Hilton Head Island.
Yeah.
After we went thrift shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thrift shopping took all of 45 minutes. We got to we got to Hilton Head at 10. Lincoln and South doesn't open until noon. So, needless to say, did not make it to Lincoln and South. Now, I did discover that there is another brewery on Hilton Head called Side Hustle.
Okay.
That I knew nothing about.
Never even heard of it.
Exactly. So we were driving past the thrift store, and my wife's like, there's a brewery. I'm like, no, there's not. No, seriously, right there. Look over, and it's called Side Hustle. Unfortunately, that one didn't open until 2.
Oh, okay.
So didn't make it there either. But now, next time I go to Hilton Head, 2 breweries to stop.
Yeah, you know better to wait till midday to maybe get on over there and try those breweries out. All right, okay.
But I did make it over to Over Yonder.
Mm-hmm.
For lunch. You've been saying, you've been talking about that place for weeks now.
Yeah.
The burger, top 3 local burger.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. They have like a smash-styled burger over at Over Yonder that's real nice.
I don't think it tops Green Truck, but it is contention for number 2 with Ben's.
Okay.
I got to go back, re-examine, maybe eat multiple burgers. Not in one sitting, but top 3 local burgers.
Yeah, they have great food there. Over Yonder is just it's in the same building as Mood Rights, right there on Abercorn, like Abercorn and Victory. So, yeah,
very cool place. All right, coming up on the show today, we're talking Mad Max vehicles. They're up for auction. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We've got the Dude of the Week death match. 11-year-old Bills fan taking on a mom who took on a mountain lion. Your vote will determine the winner. Big Money Monday coming up during the 7 o'clock hour. Also take your calls, comments, and text. What thing or things ruin your sleep? 800-394-1061. And, of course, about last night to fire up the show. People upset about Thick Thor. In God of War.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get to Atlanta Zoo. Gorillas coming down with COVID. And football is back. It's a big weekend. Just not for the Atlanta Falcons. Talk about that next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. It is the Foo Fighters making a fire.
There was I watched like a little bit of that Falcons game, and good Lord, it was the battle. It was the Battle of the Birds with the Eagles and the Falcons. And Jesus Christ, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I think I watched the first drive of the game, and the Falcons went down and scored a field goal. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
let's go, let's do this, Falcons. Woof. They did not turn out well. Did not turn out well. Actually, I don't think any football team that I liked at all yesterday won.
I watched a complete college football game for the first time in over a decade.
Wow. What happened?
The Razorbacks, my daughter, going to Arkansas. They're taking on Texas. It's like, all right, we'll watch part of this game. Razorbacks ended up beating Texas. So we watched the whole game. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Speaking of Foo Fighters who are playing now, Foo Fighters were on the MTV Video Music Awards. They were last night.
And they won some icon award, right?
Yep. During his acceptance speech, Dave Grohl decided to thank Kurt Loder, Tabitha Soren, Matt Pinfield, and J.J. Jackson. All 4 have not been on MTV in probably over 10, 15 years, 20 for some.
Well, right. But, I mean, they helped kick off his career, though, so that's kind of cool that he gave them some love.
Yeah.
J.J. Jackson, is that his name?
Yeah, he was one of the, I guess he called him J.J. Johnson, and then the band corrected him. He was one of the original 5 VJs.
Yeah. He had like a mini afro back in the day.
Kurt Loder, he is pushing 70, right? He was like the news guy on MTV.
I felt like he was pushing 70 when he was actually on the air.
I mean, he was like the one guy who was like serious on MTV forever. Dennis already chiming in for Big Money Monday. You text in your first name and number 1 through 9, your chance to win a $50 gift card.
Wanda says, Marshall, I see your fascination with pressure washing. Tony did the house and driveway. It needs another hit with it. But, man, what a difference. Absolutely. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was putting out some Halloween decorations yesterday, and when I was pressure washing my house earlier this summer, I did the house and I did like my pool deck around my backyard, but I didn't do my driveway. And my driveway, it looks rough.
Yeah.
My wife's car started like, I don't know, leaking, I'm sure, some important fluid over the last few weeks. And it's getting quite a little, little spot on the driveway.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm going to wait till it cools down a little bit, but I really got to hit that driveway because there's like 10 different shades of ugly right now.
Hit that driveway.
Yeah.
Heather asking if I've had my magic bean water yet. Not yet, but I will.
All right, we're a little over a minute before we go back on. Watched a lot of football yesterday. A lot of football. Like, probably the Red Zone channel from when it started airing to the moment it stopped airing. I think I watched every damn second of that.
Yeah.
Feels good to have football back, man. And the Red Zone channel is literally the best. I could watch the Red Zone channel every single minute of every single day. It's just that exciting.
Yeah, I had watched the game on Saturday, watched a little bit of the Georgia game, and then I tuned in for a minute or two of the Falcons game, and that was about it. I really didn't watch much on Sunday.
I was hanging out with Roy, who was in for beer for breakfast, and I looked at after the first quarter because he went home. He went home to go watch the Bulldogs game. Right. After the first quarter, I looked at the score. I was like, "Hey, it's 28-0. How's that game going?" It's like, it's going great.
All right, guys, be right back. Football is back, and the Falcons still suck. That and other stories from this past weekend in the NFL and college football. Story number one about last night. Football is back. Marshall, you said he spent Sunday just glued to the Red Zone.
Yeah, I watched the Red Zone channel from like 1 o'clock until it went off the air. I watched it nonstop. Like I was doing other stuff. Like I did some housey stuff. But man, I watched so much NFL football yesterday. It just feels good. Feels good to have football back in our lives. I just need it to be a little bit cooler.
Right.
And I need to eat some chili. And that will be the perfect weekend, perfect Sunday to cap off the year.
Now, it was a rough weekend for a lot of teams. That, of course, also including the Atlanta Falcons. Has anybody checked on the big guy?
He's fine. He was tweeting last night about the utterly devastating loss that the Falcons took to the Eagles at home, 32-6 against a Eagles team that sucks.
So the big guy seemed very confident, as always, in the Falcons. I think he was saying, 10 wins? 9-10 wins when we talked to him?
He felt fairly confident that's going to happen, but, the Falcons decided to take a left when he was taking a right, and, man, they just suck. And there was a picture. The worst thing was the picture that kind of went viral yesterday with Matt Ryan literally laying face down and his offensive lineman kind of just standing over him. It's going to be that kind of season for the Falcons.
Jags lost to the Texans, 37-21.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, rookie, threw, I think, 2 or 3 interceptions.
Sure.
Whatever, it's fine. Things will be fine in Jacksonville.
How disappointed are fans? I mean, I get it, he's a rookie. Making the transition from college to the NFL, not easy.
I don't think the Jags fans are too disappointed. They know there's going to be some growing pains. Was it Peyton Manning threw 30+ interceptions his first season as a rookie? So I think things will get better in Jacksonville.
Now, college football saw some upsets as well. Oregon beat Ohio State 35-28. Thank you. They drop the Ohio? Can it just be Ohio State now that they lost?
No,
does it have to be the still?
They'll still run with it. I just want to say that Justin Fields had Ohio State undefeated as the starting quarterback. Now they're just gone. Maybe you guys should have loved him some more, huh?
Now, I did watch a college football game from start to finish for the first time in over a decade.
Congratulations.
Last time was when I lived in Lincoln. I think I had no choice. It's by law. You're required to watch the Cornhuskers. Mm-hmm. But Arkansas taking on Texas. So my kid is going to Arkansas. So she was hanging out, tailgating previous, and went back up and started doing homework during the game. But she can see like one of the scoreboards from her dorm. So she can see stuff going on, fireworks every time they score. So I'm like, we're going to watch the game. I mean, Texas is going to win, but we're going to watch the game. Arkansas dominated Texas, and it was a lot of fun. We watched the entire thing. So then we talked to my daughter yesterday, and she's like, I walked around. I went around like 12:30, after everything I thought was going to die down. And she'd go, it was just a sea of drunk people.
Oh, yeah.
It was just insane.
It's a solid win for, the Razorbacks and that program for sure. Yeah, 40-21. I mean, they whooped up on Texas yesterday. How about one that really caught my eye when I was just looking at overall scores of college football? And once again, not a big college football guy. Oklahoma won 76-0.
I missed that one.
76-0. I didn't even write down who they were playing because I don't think it matters anymore because they obliterated their program into dust.
A JV high school team?
I'm not for sure. Then obviously the Bulldogs, man, what an utter thumping they put on UAB, 56-7. So huge weekend in college and professional football. I did make a few other notes here, Cotter, I want to get to.
Yeah.
Green Bay sucks. 38-3. They lost to the Saints down in Jacksonville yesterday. That was incredible. Also, Chicago sucks. They suck. Lost 33-14 to the Rams. Matt Nagy should be fired, and the general manager should be shot out of a cannon. And those are my notes on football.
All right, coming up next, COVID has come to Zoo Atlanta. Got that story coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Heather says, let's talk about Stetson Bennett. How about that arm? It's okay. He's doing good stuff, but he also is facing UAB, so don't get too excited, Heather. Jay says, why am I here right now? Get the fuck out of here, man. We didn't invite you.
Why are you up?
When it comes to basketball season, Cotter, we can't be friends.
Why is that? Why can't we be friends? Who are you a fan of?
I'm guessing he's some sort of anti-Arkansas gentleman.
It was funny that the commentators and the lead commentator on the Texas-Arkansas game, I had no idea the main commentator on Holy Moly was actually a sports guy. So he's an actual sports guy. He was the main commentator. But they were like, Arkansas fans hate Texas more than they like being Arkansas fans. And I went, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching the game last night on Peacock because I'm still subscribed to it. And there is apparently a show with Kyle Brandt. He's one of the guys from the NFL Network. And I think one of the Wayne brothers. And it's they're doing a Frogger TV show. So it's just Wipeout.
Yeah.
But it's in the style of Frogger, the video game. And I kind of want to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't know if it's out or not, but I've seen promos. It kind of looks fun.
Yeah, we saw a promo watching Holy Moly the other day, and it came up and saying, hey, Frogger, the TV show. I'm like, okay, what's this about? Then as soon as I saw it, same thing. Yeah, man. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's that stupid human stuff that we shouldn't like as human beings, but yeah, I love it. I can't wait.
Jay bleeds blue.
That's a medical condition. I got stories on the gorillas at the Atlanta Zoo. Something not great. Also, we're going to talk about, Thick Thor. Some people had some issues in regards to this new video game called God of War Ragnarok. So we'll talk about that coming up as well. So I was looking around for some stories, Cotter, for us to talk about on the stream.
Yeah.
And I found a headline that really caught my eye. So I'm going to read it to you, and I want you just to give me your thoughts before I even tell you the story.
Okay.
Maryland man whose attack on a woman with a semen-filled syringe was caught on camera, sentenced to 10 years. Thoughts?
He got off light. How you... What? So he's jerking off into a syringe?
I don't know how it got in there. Heather says God of War Ragnarok looks amazing. It does. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, so this happened in Churchton, Maryland. A Maryland man who plunged a semen-filled syringe into a woman.
What?
In Anne Arundel County grocery store is headed to prison. Thomas Bryson Stemmen. Actually, if you took out the T, it'd be semen. was sentenced to 10 years in prison for first and second degree assault. He pleaded guilty in June. This guy,
he got flight.
Totally got off light. But
and
also, his last name is Seaman. Like, we should have saw this coming. Stemmen, or I'll just call him Seaman for the rest of the time. Seaman attacked Katie Peters in February at Christopher's Fine Foods. Christopher's Fine Foods on Shady Side Road in Churchton. Well, there's your problem. Shady Side Road, pretty shady. The incident was caught on surveillance video. According to investigators, Stemmen, a.k.a. Seaman, tried to attack two other people before Peters. Stemmen was recently moved from Ohio, had 6 prior convictions on his record from 1986 to 1996. That's it. That's the story. That's insane. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's a little, that man needs some help.
Man's a career criminal. Apparently, he's just taking the last couple decades off.
All right. About a minute left in commercials. Going to get to Disturb, the Sound of Silence. And then, COVID. It's hitting the Atlanta Zoo, or Zoo Atlanta, if you will.
Jay goes, Fine Foods no more. Indeed. They actually had the incident on camera. So she was just walking in. She was grabbing a cart. He walked up behind her. Looked like he jabbed her like in the butt or something. She immediately reacts. Like she takes like a step back and like right outside the doors. And she's like trying to turn around. He at the same time acted like he was also stabbed. So he also like was looking around him too. It was the classic reacting to your attack type thing. It was crazy.
How does one think this is a good idea? Here's what I'm going to do today.
Yeah.
I'm going to jerk off. I'm going to put my leavings in a syringe.
My leavings.
And then I'm going to go jab someone in the ass with it.
Oh, man.
Whatever. All right, we got about 4 minutes. I'm going to go get coffee ready.
Yikes. Yikes indeed. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging around this morning. It's Monday, so we're slow. We're trying to get caught up. Don't worry. We'll wake up and get our S together for sure. Coming up next, going to talk about the Atlanta Zoo Gorillas. Got a story on Thick Thor from God of War Ragnarok. Going to talk about that good old super ticket program we're running. We're going to choose a winner this coming Friday to win tickets to like 5 different shows. We got Big Money Monday coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. We'll play some trivia for Coheed and Cambria tickets. We'll talk about all these Mad Max cars that you can actually bid on. Like you could buy a Mad Max car. It's pretty cool.
Heather, yes. I cut my hair a week and a half ago. Yes, hair is short again. Wanda, it's definitely Monday. I had to turn the heat on for a minute. Tony had the AC set at 68. Respect that.
Jesus, 68. Good Lord.
I only let it grow back out because of the pandemic. I was just being lazy. And, just kind of tired of it. So, that's it. I had every intention to let it grow super long again, but no. Thankfully, I never had any powers. I got about 2 minutes.
Bob's Burgers is getting a movie. Going to be set to come out next year.
I saw that. It's like I've watched that show a handful of times, and I love it. I just have never committed to going in and like really watching it.
I watched like the first couple seasons, I think. I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons, and then I just let it go. I haven't watched it. But yeah, it's coming out May 27th of next year.
My brother and his wife are huge fans of it.
It's been on the air for 11 years.
Are
11
you serious?
Seasons. It debuted in January of 2011.
I didn't even realize it'd been on that long.
Mm-hmm.
So last weekend watched The Hunger Games. So this weekend, I'm like, you know what? I'm in the Indiana Jones type of mood. So I tried to find Indiana Jones streaming, and I own the DVDs somewhere stashed in my house. I don't know where. But I couldn't find it for free streaming. So next best thing, we watched National Treasure.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Jay's a huge Bob's Burgers fan. He goes, please listen. Bob's Burgers. Learn it, live it, love it.
It is good, man.
So Marvel just updated its release calendar, speaking of movies, on Friday. They announced some dates for things like the live action The Little Mermaid. They also set dates for 2 new Marvel films that we don't know what they are.
Okay.
The first one's going to be July 26th of 2024, and then November 8th, great date, 2024 as well.
That's so far off, it could be anything.
And they're planning on releasing 4 Marvel films in 2024. So there'll be one every quarter.
That's cool. All right, guys, be right back. "13 gorillas at Zoo Atlanta have tested positive for COVID-19. That story's coming up. About last night's story at number 2, Zoo Atlanta reporting that 13 of their 20 gorillas have tested positive for COVID-19, including their oldest gorilla, Ozzy. 60 years old. Hope Ozzy makes it, man. That's not good. They're showing symptoms such as runny noses, coughing, changes in appetite. They are currently being treated with antibodies and Zoetis, the vaccine that's been developed for animals. Now that that's out there, I'm sure people start taking that as well.
Yeah.
Because why not?
It's like the booster shot.
Yeah. Zoo Atlanta believes a human staffer who tested positive after the fact is responsible for infecting the gorillas.
So here's the thing, they talked about like these gorillas, you can't really separate them because they run in packs and stuff, and you can't really separate them from that. They run in teams of 4, so they're like just little basketball teams kind of running around the Atlanta Zoo. So this is sad, man. I hope those gorillas make it through, but I didn't really know. I mean, I've heard of like deer catching COVID-19.
Yeah.
I think a tiger once.
There was cats, yeah.
Cats? Oh, I don't even remember that. But now gorillas. Is there nothing that COVID will not touch?
No, obviously not. Now, because they said they took tests, obviously they tested the gorillas, they swabbed their nose.
Yeah.
Who's got that job? Because I'm hope they tranquilize them first.
Yeah,
right?
you trank them, right?
You have to.
Yeah, like in Ace Ventura.
Here's a Q-tip. Go get a swab from Ozzy.
I don't want that job. There's no amount of money that you can make me go in and try to swab a 60-year-old, gorilla's nose.
He just seems angry anyway.
No, that's not good. But apparently they anticipate these gorillas to make a full comeback, a full recovery, supposedly. But what about the 7 gorillas that don't have it?
They're gonna get it.
Do they think they're better than the other gorillas? Are they superior beings?
Now, they can be given the Zoetis shot. Some zoos are doing that ahead of time as precaution, so maybe that will fight it off. But, if they got to run around in packs, they're going to get it.
Probably. I don't know. And how do they deal? How are their symptoms? Are they on ventilators? There's so many questions I have in regards to these. Are they going to be okay? Well, is there like a live camera of them that I can watch currently? I'm very concerned.
Well, they said they're not deathly ill. So they're actually going to continue to be on display because they said there's just no way humans are going to catch it from the gorillas. Plus, just there's enough distance in the built-in viewing section.
Right.
So far, it sounds like they're good.
Okay.
They got the minor case of the COVID.
Well, I don't want another Harambe type situation happening here. Okay, I don't need that on my head. I don't need that on my hands. I don't need that on my mind. Please. I'll freak out. Man, if we have one of these gorillas die because some staffer didn't know he had COVID.
Yeah, they were saying that he had been vaccinated. He wore plenty of protective, clothing, was asymptomatic, had no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy news coming out of Atlanta, man.
All right, coming up next, Chunky Thor. It's a thing, and it's riled up people getting ready for the new God of War video game. We got that story after Rage, Guerrilla Radio. It is Rock 106.1.
Very fitting you play that song there.
Right? Perfect timing.
Jay says dogs have contracted the virus as well.
Damn.
Heather says the Hunger Game books are way better than the movies.
Agreed, 100%. 100%.
That's what a nerd would say.
No, they are.
Did you read the books?
Yeah. The third movie, which is the first half of the last book, is garbage because it's literally going, we can make more money if we split this into two, and they absolutely did not need to split that into two. The first movie was good, and I enjoyed the last one for the most part. But yeah, books are way better.
So over the weekend, speaking of the animal kingdom, a second murder hornet nest of the year was eradicated, and they've located a third one. Now, the second murder hornet nest of the year has been eradicated in Washington State, and the third nest has been located in the same area, according to a tweet from the Washington State Department of Agriculture. I think this is pretty much the only state that they found these murder hornets in. The first Asian giant hornet's nest of the year was eradicated last month in rural Whatcom County, and it consisted of almost 1,500 hornets.
Jesus.
Yeah. The staff vacuumed, the staff vacuumed 113 worker hornets from the nest, in addition to catching 67 additional hornets with nets in the area. And they have to wear these like big, ridiculous like astronaut suits when they're doing it, so they don't get stung. You can just imagine like a bunch of like astronaut looking dudes just running around someone's backyard with nets trying to capture hornets. According to the Washington State Department of Agriculture, according to their website, they will continue to trap Asian giant hornets through the end of November. They were first detected in the United States in 2019. Good Lord. How do these things make it across? Did someone bring them to the United States? Specifically Washington?
You would think so, right? I mean, unless they somehow, that seems like a far trip.
I don't think they flew across the ocean. The hornets earned the murder hornet nickname because they enter a slaughter phase where they'll kill bees by decapitating them. They natively live in a region from northern India to East Asia. They prey on honeybees and other insects, and some hornets can destroy a hive in just a few hours. The hornet is considered invasive in the United States and was first reported in the Vancouver Island area of Canada. Oh, it was Canada's fault.
Blame Canada.
In August 2019, then they've made their way down. Yuck.
All right, guys, got about 10 seconds. Be right back. Why is there no love for thick Thor in the new God of War Ragnarok game? Got that story up next. Story number 3 about last night. So this past Thursday, Sony held their PlayStation Showcase, announced a bunch of new titles. Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, a remake of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, remastered Grand Theft Auto 5, and of course, God of War Ragnarok. Now, the description of the game sounds awesome. It's basically you get a pissed off Thor running around just looking for blood.
Yeah, well,
sounds amazing.
Against Kratos. Yeah, and this game does look great. It's the sequel to the God of War game that came out just 3 years ago. Now, the art direction of this new game is incredible. It looks beautiful, but people do not like the look of Thor because, it is a bit of a chunkier, thicker Thor. And it's cool. Now, one fun fact people haven't really glommed onto yet is, do you remember Opie from Sons of Anarchy? His name's Ryan Hurst. He's been in a bunch of movies, a bunch of TV shows, but he may be most well known for that.
Agreed.
So he's going to voice Thick Thor.
Oh, I like that.
But everyone is not loving the look of Thick Thor because the outfit he's wearing, it kind of has it's almost like a crop top, like an Ezekiel Elliott styled crop top. But it's a lot more strappy.
Yeah.
Lots of leather on it. But people seem to not loving, Thick Thor in this game.
So we got Fat Thor in the Marvel Universe, and everybody thought it was awesome. One of the best things about the movie. So here we go. We get, a Fat Thor in this video game, and people are hating on it. Now, I mean, I don't know the mythology behind Thor. I'm used to, seeing him in the movies for Marvel. I'm used to see him in the comic books where he's just shredded and blonde.
Right.
Maybe this is a more realistic take on Thor. I don't know.
I don't think anyone knows because it's just made up people, and you should stop living your life through the internet and look at the sun sometime. But I kind of like the art direction. I like the look of this guy. At least it's different. At least it's not like some shredded like Barbie dollish kind of like perfect look for Thor. Right. I like that he's scarred up and he's fat. He's got some tattoos. He looked like he's lived life a little bit.
Well, I mean, even in the mythological side of Thor, dude likes to drink beer. Mm-hmm. You don't drink that much beer, God or not.
Yeah,
and I get a little bit of beer belly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's working all the time, fighting all the time. He's probably sitting down a lot. You don't fight all the time. Yeah, he's probably gained a few pounds. He's lived forever. I mean, what do you expect him for his he's going to slow down. He's going to gain some weight. What's it
Metabolism?
called? Metabolism. Yeah. To slow down. I mean,
a couple hundred years.
It's fine. Leave him alone.
I may actually play this game. God of War Ragnarok. It's coming out PS4 and PS5. Mm-hmm. It's going to come out sometime in 2022. I think it looks good. Chill out a little bit on Thick Thor, guys. Not a big deal. People can be fat. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Coming up next, going to talk about the Rock 1061 Super Ticket, your chance to score a pair of tickets for 5 different shows coming to the area within the next month or so, so hang tight. Super Ticket info on the way. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Let's see. Jay says Marvel or DC. I don't know. Yes. Doesn't need to be one or the other. Doesn't need to be all this hate, this friction. Jay. I like characters from all of them. Honestly, I've seen so much Marvel stuff. How about this? DC. Give me some cool DC stuff. I'm actually I don't know when we're supposed to get it, but I think we're supposed to be getting a new Batman trailer for The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves and having Robert Pattinson in it. I think we're supposed to be getting one here like the next month. Because the movie was originally supposed to come out next month anyway, before they initially delayed it to, I think it's March or February of next year.
I'm going to go grab my coffee.
Good morning, Charles. How you, buddy? All right, guys, we're going to throw some super ticket information at you here in just a moment. Also, coming up here in about an hour or so, we're going to be rolling for Big Money Monday. That's right. Your opportunity to score $50 of our boss's cash. All you need to do is chime in, text us, 1-800-394-1061. That's the phone number. Text us your first name and a number between 1 and 9. Once you do that, go ahead and get yourself set because we're going to choose one person randomly to roll for in Big Money Monday. I've got the bingo machine right here. It's a fancy bingo machine. Whoops. I think a ball fell out. Ooh, 75. Maybe one of you should choose 7 or 5. Maybe that'll be the lucky number. Let's see. No, Charles, I do not want you to go off this early. Jay says the greatest thing DC ever did was blow Pete Davidson's head off in the first opening scene of Suicide Squad. Jesus Christ, man. Drinking the haterade this morning, Jay.
Wanda, meant to answer. You had the question about bringing this stuff by. Up to you. I can do probably this week or early next week's fine, too. I can do next Monday.
So I'm going to check out Halloween Horror Nights this Friday. We're going to be off on the show. Heads up. But I'm taking off to go to Orlando for a quick little trip to go check out Halloween Horror Nights. Got my information yesterday. This I'm very excited about. I've been looking forward to actually going to see a haunted house, and I'm kind of excited. I wanted to choose early in the run of Halloween Horror Nights just in case, Florida decided to, close off anything.
That's asking them to be responsible.
Yeah. And I know that Florida won't do that, but just in case, you never know. When I bought the tickets, the Delta variant was huge news. I think it's better now. Is it better? I don't see as many reports on the Delta variant of COVID.
I saw some numbers starting to drop again, so I don't know.
So COVID's gone. Cool. No worries.
What is there a house you're most looking forward to?
I think the Beetlejuice stuff is probably
dude,
cool.
that'd be awesome.
So I think the Beetlejuice, and there's like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. But I got an email from Universal Hornets just last night, and they're like, "Hey, here's your information. You go here. This is what you do." And I've done it before, so I've kind of had an idea of everything. But they put one thing in there that I actually didn't realize. They said during the walking VIP tour, you walk the approximation of 5 miles.
Why?
Around the park, stopping and then going through everything. Yeah. Here, let me see.
Is it in the main park?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been to Universal the one time, so.
Let's see. Average approximately 5 miles of walking through the evening. We recommend wearing something that will stand up to the mileage in unpredictable Florida weather.
Be comfy.
Yeah. Jay says, by the way, on All Hallows Eve, Coastal Empire Beer Company will be hosting a ghost hunt at the brewery held by the Clown World Order. That sounds legitimate.
I like that.
What's the Clown World Order's background in ghosts? They pros? How do you become a pro in a ghost hunting? Also, answer these questions, Jay.
So Emmys are coming up, and they have they'll do the early awards for some of the creative arts Emmys, and they'll hand out some of the acting awards occasionally for the smaller stuff.
Okay.
Maya Rudolph on Sunday became the first person in 20 years to win consecutively in the same category twice. So she's won back-to-back years for her role in in Big Mouth. She voices a role in Big Mouth.
Oh yeah.
And then won back-to-back for guest starring on SNL. So she won the same 2 categories 2 years now in a row.
Okay.
And the first person in 20 years to do that.
That's interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Did it say who the previous winner was that did that?
Let me see. Amazing. The last person to win was Gene Smart. That was just for back-to-back, not even 2 categories. Gene Smart won for Frasier in 2000 and 2001 as a guest star. So winning 2 back-to-backs, pretty impressive.
Jay says, you guys coming to the show on Sunday. What show's on Sunday?
CW is going to be at Coastal.
Oh.
It depends on what time I get back. I am flying back from Arkansas on Sunday, so I don't know yet.
They're doing it. Oh, they're doing a wrestling show on a Sunday?
Yeah, it was. So they were going to do. It's their anniversary show. It was going to be at Coach's, and Coach's is a Sunday. Is kind of when they, give them something happened at Coach's, so they're not there now. So they already had everything kind of planned for a Sunday. So moved it over to Coastal. So it depends on what time I get back. I'd like to. I haven't missed the last freaking 4 shows.
I will not. I'll be fighting a hangover. I'll be in an epic duel of me and a hangover on Sunday. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it. But know that you have my blessings, Jay.
All right, got about a minute and a half-ish.
So you mentioned the MTV Music Awards a little while ago.
Yeah.
With the Foo Fighters and everything. So they actually had a little story of rockers who appeared, and there wasn't many at all.
Yeah.
But David Lee Roth was there. David Lee Roth still looks great. I mean, even for his age, dude still looks incredibly fit.
Yeah.
He was just wearing a vest and leather pants last night. David Lee Roth still, I mean, outside of the fact that he doesn't sound very great when he performs live anymore. Dude still looks great.
Yeah. I've never seen him perform.
David Lee Roth?
Yeah. Never seen Van Halen. He did a solo show in Illinois years ago when I was there, but I never made it. But yeah, I never saw him live, and now it's like I don't think I want to. You know?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever saw. I don't think I've seen him live. I don't think of any instance where I could have seen him. I wanted to see him when he was doing his residency,
right?
And then I saw those videos, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Well, it's kind of like the Motley Crue, Def Leppard show. It's like I have no desire to see Motley Crue again, just because Vince it's rough.
Yeah.
Def Leppard, I'd go see them again. They're great live. Poison, just because I'm weird and love Poison, I'd go. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but then Joan Jett all day long. I'd love to see Joan Jett.
Never seen her before. Yeah.
Either. All right, guys, be right back. How would you like to score tickets for 5 different shows coming to the area over the next month? Well, it can happen with the Rock 1061 Super Ticket. You can score tickets for POD, Candlebox, and Fozzy. All those going down at Victory North Savannah. Also, Dirty Honey and Aaron Jones at District Live, which is downtown on River Street. So 5 great shows. You can score a pair of tickets for each of them.
So all you need to do is listen up for the Super Ticket Artist of the Day. We're going to give that to you right around 8 o'clock today. And once you know who that is, listen up for whenever they, play a song or hear a song from them on the radio station today. Every time you hear it, go ahead and text SUPER, S-U-P-E-R, to 1-800-394-1061, and then you'll have your chance to be qualified and then, of course, win that grand prize, and we'll officially announce our winner this coming Friday.
All right, it is the Rock 1061 Super Ticket. You can get more details on the website. It is rock1061.com. Coming up after 7 o'clock, it is time for calls, comments, and text. 800-394-1061. What thing or things regularly ruin your sleep? Some great responses on the Facebook page, but we want your stories as well. So what things make you lose sleep, not get to sleep, wake you up in the middle of the night? 800-394-1061. Call, comment, and text now. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Good morning, Jeremy. Thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, once again, like Cotter said, a question of the day: what thing or things, regularly ruin your sleep? What are you losing sleep over? Tell us your stories here inside the chat here of the show. You can also call us up or text us at 1-800-394-1061.
I got a good story that just happened this weekend. My wife busting out the ultimate "I'm old, get off my yard" sort of rant. So I'll share that.
Okay.
So Samoa Joe, who was on the main roster of WWE, but was unable to wrestle because of injuries, was let go after WrestleMania. He was doing commentary. He was great doing commentary, but was let go from the main roster, or just let go in general. They re-signed him to NXT, initially brought on as kind of like the muscle to the brand. And he returned to wrestling at the last TakeOver, beat Karrion Kross, became the first 3-time, I think, NXT champion. Well, he has now given up the title due to injury. So he couldn't get re-signed to the main roster because they thought he was injury prone. So he comes back to NXT, has one match, and then gets injured.
Well, he's only fought once?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he's had some scuffles just on TV, but only had the one match. But he relinquished the title because of an undisclosed injury. Either that or the new direction they're taking NXT with the Vince and Bruce Pritchard being more in charge. Maybe they just didn't want Joe with the belt. So,
interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting. So you were mentioning Emmys a little while ago. So WandaVision picked up 3 Emmy Awards. Now, when are the Emmys officially?
So they're probably going to be this weekend because they'll usually do like the creative arts ones the weekend before, a couple weeks before maybe.
So WandaVision earned 3 Emmys for production design.
Yeah.
Fantasy sci-fi costumes. I didn't know that was a category. And original music and lyrics for Agatha All Along.
Love that. That's great.
Yeah. It was nominated for 23 Emmys overall. Now, it's still obviously up for some of the bigger ones, which we'll find out next weekend. But it's the most Emmy nominations for a limited series and second most for any series at the Emmys this year. So people loved WandaVision.
I think I'm willing to bet most of those, unfortunately, are on the creative arts side of things and probably not on the slew of acting nominees.
Yeah, so you're right when it comes to the official Emmys, the primetime Emmys. Those go down next Sunday.
Okay.
But they're also up for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie.
Limited. Okay, yeah. So that makes more sense.
Outstanding Support Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie, and Outstanding Lead Actor. Okay, so Elizabeth Olsen, Catherine Hahn, both nominated. And then lead actor Paul Bettany is also
cool.
nominated as well.
Good. Yeah, they deserve to be. It was a great show.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier also scored 5 Emmy nominations. Why? It's terrible. Don Cheadle was also nominated for an Emmy. That's the one where he actively was like, why? he didn't even understand why he was nominated for
He doesn't understand why?
No. There was an article that came out that he's like, I don't really understand why I was nominated for this Emmy. Because he was on screen for like 30 seconds. It was obviously a rough year. Not a whole lot of stuff came out.
Yeah, that's true.
But good for them. Oh, I went and saw Shang-Chi.
Oh, yeah.
Shang-Chi on Friday.
How was it?
I would say it's probably one of the best opening movies for a new character, Marvel. So take it with the first Thor movie, the first Iron Man movie, first first character film. Shang-Chi is really good. It's really good. I mean, even for a Marvel film, they kept it down to a somewhat manageable 2 hours and 10 minutes,
right?
Which is pretty good for any Marvel film. They like to be these bloated, weird things. But the action scenes are probably some of the best that Marvel's ever done. And it's obviously a little different from your typical action superhero film because of the the Asian influence of it all, of the martial arts stuff, and it looks really, really good, and it does something. It goes places I don't think any Marvel film has really, really gone to before, and it goes over the top, I think, on the mythology stuff, which I thought was really interesting. So, I thought it was really good. And once again, my wife, who notoriously does not like half the films that we watch, I asked her, I'm like, so what'd you think of this one? She's like, it was actually pretty good. And that was 2 films in a row my wife and I have gone to see in the movie theater where she's liked.
Okay.
So she's either softening up at this point in her older age, or we've just gone and seen 2 really good films. So I don't know, but it was really good. I did enjoy the experience.
That's cool. So Metallica, of course, had our Metallica Weekend 30 Years of the Black Album. Elton John, one of the artists who performed a Metallica song on the album where, they did a bunch of covers, a bunch of different people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Elton moved James Hetfield to tears recently.
Yeah.
Elton said, "Nothing Else Matters" is one of the best songs ever written. This was during an appearance on the Howard Stern show. He had tons of praise for the song and the band. Said, "It's a song that never gets old. Playing on this track, I just couldn't wait. The chord structure, the melodies, the time changes. It's got drama written all over it." He also said Metallica are probably the creme de la creme of these kinds of bands. Their songs aren't just heavy metal. They're beautiful songs. Nothing Else Matters is such a melodic song. It's effing great, actually. And James teared up.
Yeah, I was watching that clip from the Howard Stern interview that Metallica was doing. So they came on Howard Stern. They performed a song with Miley Cyrus, who did a cover of one of their songs on on this new kind of like cover Black album they're putting out. And he immediately raised his hand like he praised Jesus right when Elton John was like, "You guys are great," and I guess he teared up a little bit. There wasn't like a close up shot where I could literally see tears falling down his face. But James Hetfield's still one of the coolest guys in the world because he's still rocking the Fu Manchu.
Yeah, he is,
even to this day. He looks great too. I mean, he's definitely slimmed down. He went to rehab early last year. He had some issues with alcohol, and then obviously COVID hit, so we missed some shows from Metallica, and then we missed a lot more shows from Metallica because of the Coco. But James Hetfield and the guys, they look good. I didn't really watch the performance at all. I watched some of the interview pieces from the Howard Stern interview, and it looked great. Let's see. Juana says the interviews with Stern or his Whack Pack are the only thing I listen to. He has gotten way too political. I think that's just most radio hosts. Eventually, especially older in their older age, people will get a lot more political. Same thing happened with other notable like radio personalities like Mancow's one. He went from party boy to straight up crazy political over the top guy, and I think he's actually still doing his.
Probably
I think he still does a show that's honestly all political now on a news talk station. But he used to be on rock radio stations across the country doing. Essentially, he just ripped off what Stern was doing. He had a bunch of idiots to join him. Yeah, and they just would, have a bunch of boobs and scream at everything.
Stern is legitimately one of the best interviewers around today. I mean, he is. I mean, after decades and decades of doing this, he has earned a level of trust with celebrities that very few people can get, and he can get people to open up and talk. I mean, he's going to ask about sex and weird, Howard Stern stuff. Yeah, he's a great interviewer, and I love listening to that part of the show.
He's great at what he does. He really is, and he has this tone where he seems overly interested, and I think that's what helps him as well.
Yeah.
Like he'll just he'll really dive into it, and I don't know. He almost sometimes I just wonder if he really does care as much because every interview he does a great job at,
right?
But he can't be that in tune with every single person.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
I was like, you can't like this person as much as you're putting on. There's no way.
Yeah, I bet that's true.
All right, guys, we're a few minutes away. Going to have you guys chime in once again with our question of the day. What is something that on the regular ruins your sleep? We got a great reaction from you guys online yesterday and this morning. But if you have something that you want to chime in with via our text line or by giving us a call, the number 1-800-394-1061. Also, you can share your stories on the chat this morning. So if you're watching us via the Facebook, YouTubes, or Twitches of the world, feel free to drop in your stories in the chat, and we'll share your stories coming up here in just a little bit.
All right, we got about 4 minutes. System BYOB, then we'll get to it.
Good morning, Holly. How do you want to work the break here, the first break?
I got the story about Dana that I can tell. I went down this weekend. I can do that, kick it off, or I can hold on to it. It's fine with me. Let me see what we got. Facebook. Most of the Facebook stuff is one line and pretty short and moving on. I mean, there are several that we might be able to expound on a little bit. So we can get a little bit more out of them. I got several of those.
Yeah, I have all of them too.
Yeah. Got a call if we can crank her out quick. Rock 1061, who's this?
Big Bald and Sexy. What's up, guys?
Hey, Charles.
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right, I got a thing for your topic today.
All right, go for it.
What wakes me up? I sleep like a rock. I have sleep apnea. I wear a machine. I mean, nothing wakes me up. Except several years ago, I developed these deep inner thigh cramps. Okay, now I know you've had a cramp in your hamstring. You know, you straighten your leg out and the cramp will eventually go away.
Yeah.
But no, these sorry damn cramps on the deep inner thigh, it doesn't matter if you bend your leg or straighten your leg, it gets worse. Okay? And I mean, I'm talking about I can take pain, but I will be in tears for this thing. Only way to stop it is to put a heating pad on it. And let me tell you what, those agonizing 2 or 3 minutes while the heating pad is heating up are worse than anything. It's like, oh my God, please hurry. Now, once it heats up to full heat, then it takes about 10 minutes to get that damn cramp to go away. And the whole time, I'm literally tears are running down my eyes.
So you say it's a deep inner thigh cramp. Are you confusing it with an erection, Charles?
So it's not between the thighs, it's in the thighs.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, just check it.
Positive.
All right. Well, Charles, thanks for chiming in this morning, man. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Talk to y'all.
I see you, man.
All right. Yeah. Let's keep that for break 2 there, or maybe 3, depending on how things go. Start off with you.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and I'm gonna bring up Where is this?
I got one from Tiffany. That's pretty good.
Let's save that. We'll save that for break 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with let's see. I'll go with Dave Ratz,
Okay.
Stone, and possibly Wayne. Those are from different Facebook posts that we put up. So
Okay.
I kind of go with those 2 or 3.
Okay.
Depending on how things go. And then why don't we go to break after that?
Yeah.
So I'll just do a couple. You go first. We'll do a couple Facebook. Second break, we'll flip it around. Second break, we'll flip it around. I've got one.
Okay. Now that I was having issues with it earlier, now that this is remind me to get the audio from the Evander fight with the guy calling out Jake Paul. I just couldn't get to it earlier.
Okay.
All right, guys, be right back. What things regularly ruin your sleep? Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Be sure to hop on that stream this morning. Join the Horde, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We live stream the show each and every morning. You can watch along. While you're there, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. So this morning, taking your calls, taking your comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What thing or things regularly ruin your sleep? Well, this past weekend, my wife had the ultimate old person stay off my lawn moment. So a couple months ago, we got some new neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Younger couple, super nice. I really haven't talked much other than the, hey, how's it going? Morning,
Right.
That kind of stuff. Well, we're watching TV on Saturday night, and my wife's like, do you hear that? I'm like, what is it? She said, do you hear people talking? So I mute the TV, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, people are talking. Neighbors got some people over, no big deal. And about half an hour later, we hear some music. About 15 minutes after that, it gets louder, and it just keeps getting louder. So I go out to my car to get something out of my car, and I realize they're just on their back patio, which is right by the window to my living room. So that's why, it's coming in and we can hear what's going on. And I'm just like, they're not being rude. They're not being over the top. They're not being, it's not like, oh my God, I got to go call the cops. But for whatever reason, my wife is like, they are so loud. They need to calm down and be quiet. I'm like, what are you, 75? What happened? They're not, it's not like they're over there swearing. You're not breaking things down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not getting over. She's like, I'm not going to be able to sleep now. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because that's going on. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yes, I'm serious.
Get her some earplugs, man.
I'm like,
fine.
Do you want to go and say something to him? She's like, no. I don't want to do that. I just want to sit on my couch and complain that the next door neighbors are too loud and need to keep it down.
All right, well, let's just get her a super soaker gun next time, man. If she has an issue, she can just like squirting a cat, like with a little squirt bottle.
So I went to bed and I fell asleep. Absolutely no problem. She stayed up for another hour and a half, 2 hours. The noise from the next door neighbors, who weren't, like I said, not being rude, not being over the top. They had friends over. They were in the backyard. They were talking, had some music going, probably drinking some beverages, having a good time. My wife was the equivalent of a 75-year-old woman yelling at somebody to get off your yard.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that ruined her sleep, but obviously there's all sorts of crazy things that keep people awake. Once again, our question of the day is, what thing or things, like multiple people with music screaming in their backyard, ruin your sleep? Now, this one is very, very relevant because it kind of slightly ruined my sleep last night as well. Not exactly, but I get it. So Dave says the Jacksonville Jaguars. Obviously, he's a fan, ruining his sleep. Trevor Lawrence, not exactly the best performance, but I'm a Bears fan. I, of course, had my sleep ruined because the NFL loves to let the Chicago Bears go on the big game of the week and let everyone know how bad they are week after week. I don't know why the NFL hates Chicago like that, but I stayed up till almost 11 o'clock last night watching the Chicago Bears utterly get thumped by the Los Angeles Rams. So I feel you, David, 1,000% on that. Now, Wayne kind of brings up a weird spot here. And once again, this is coming off our Facebook post. Wayne says, what ruins my sleep? Someone farting. Is this a ghost? Is this your wife? Is this your dog? I mean, is there multiple people farting at the same house? You should think about changing your diet maybe, right?
I'm guessing if it's disrupting sleep, it's got to be in the bed. So I'm a spouse or an animal.
Yeah, these are like really loud farts. Because usually, I mean, if you're sleeping, you'll sleep through a fart, right?
I would think. I mean, even
unless it's like a really grotesque, like you died inside of you type fart. I mean, getting jarred awake from a fart is the worst thing possible.
I mean, for the smell of a fart to wake somebody up, just imagine. How bad?
Nuclear.
That's got to be.
An absolutely nuclear fart would be the one to wake you out of a dead sleep.
They're just farting themselves awake. I
feel bad for Wayne's problems here. I honestly think he should change his diet.
All right, 800-394-1061. Call, comment, and text. What thing or things regularly ruin your sleep? More of your stories, including a great one from Tiffany, coming up in a bit. Evanescence. It's Better Without You. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Morning, Tony. Morning, Rhett. Wanda says, LOL, farts at bedtime are the funniest. What? I remember as a kid, man, I don't know why. My dad had nuclear, like room clearing, paint falling off the walls farts. I don't know why. The man ate horribly. But Jesus Christ. So I relate to that, Wayne. Too well. All right, we're back in a little less than 3 minutes. Cotter, I'll go ahead and kick off this one.
Okay.
I'm guessing you'll probably do the call on the third break.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll edit it up during the commercials there.
Morning, Andrew. Ooh. Andrew's morning is tough. He needs motivation. He cannot wake up today. Chug an energy drink, do 10 jumping jacks, and scream at the sky. And I recommend all that. Charles goes, that's all dads when it comes to the nuclear farts. Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
All right, got just over 2 minutes.
Tony, I honestly, I'm thinking about coming to see you, not because I want to get a massage, but I want to just bring my wife over to A Perfect Touch just to show her all of your cool Halloween decorations, mostly for the fact that there's just nothing out there right now. I tried to go in like buy some Halloween stuff this weekend. There still is almost nothing out there. There is kind of a cool selection at Home, which is in Pooler. It's that weird kind of like funky, it's almost like 3 stores in one. It's like Hobby Lobby and like, I don't know, a furniture store.
Right.
Or like, it's like Hobby Lobby and Big Lots combined is that At Home place. My first time there. Anyway, I think I'm just going to bring my wife over to look at all your cool stuff, and I think we're just going to steal some stuff. I think we're just going to take it. We just need some stuff for the house. I'll bring it back to you, but I'm just going to take what I want. Oh, yeah, Charles, how was hunting this weekend? I saw, so Charles on Instagram posted, I think he was shooting a bow or something. But I don't know if, Charles, if you saw my comment on Instagram, I wished you well in your murders.
Andrew commented, my son woke himself up today by thinking he had to fart, but he crapped himself everywhere in his bed.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I told him a valuable lesson. Never, ever trust a fart.
No, never.
Oh, that's funny.
Tony says, please don't steal my stuff. Honestly, I don't agree. I'm just going to have to do that.
All right. We got about 10 seconds. You're going to start with yours?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. We are taking your calls, comments, and text. 800-394-1061. What thing or things regularly ruin your sleep?
So, I mean, outside of the obvious things like the overthinking brain, I think a lot of us have that. I actually have a story in regards to my neighbor and how I ruined their sleep. As a younger man, probably in my early 20s-ish, 22, let's say.
Yeah,
21, 22, 23, somewhere in there. I lived in a duplex in East Peoria, Illinois. No, Peoria. Peoria, Illinois. Even better. Way better than East. So I lived in a duplex, and I lived on it was like a top floor, bottom floor type of thing.
Okay.
And there was a nice lady who lived in the bottom floor, single mother, kid around, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, just the cutest, real nice lady. Well, I had a girlfriend at the time, and we would get busy at the nighttime. No big deal. Pat myself on the back. Well, I had like this old school bed and bed frame. Like it was antique, right?
Yeah,
it was like the antiques that your parents got handed down from generation to generation. And that's what when I moved out, I just took the antique bed frame and my queen size mattress and I just moved the hell out of my house. Well, that thing would get a little rickety, a little loud at night because we would be doing some activities at nighttime. Well, I walked out to go to work one morning. And my neighbor was walking out with her son, and she goes, "Hey, can I talk to you real quick?" And she shooed her son into the car, and she goes, "Hey, it's been a little crazy these last few weeks." And I go, "Okay." And I was like, I thought she was going to ask me for help or money or something.
Yeah.
She goes, "I haven't been getting some great sleep." And I go, "Oh, sorry about that." And she goes, "It's because of you." And I was like, "Oh, what is there?" She goes, "You and your girlfriend are having sex way too loud." And I can hear the bed shaking because our bedroom apparently was over hers. I can hear your bed creaking and shaking at all times of night. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't know how to fix this. So out of respect for my neighbor, I actually threw away my bed frame.
Are you serious?
I took it apart and I threw it on the front corner. I think the garbage guys or someone came and grabbed it pretty immediately. And I don't know, I was like 23 years old. I'm like, I don't want to, make the neighbor mad at me.
Right.
So I just threw the bed frame away. And if that isn't a great neighbor move from someone, I don't know what is. I fixed the problem for her.
So years later, did your mom come to you and be like, "Oh, by the way, that bed you had is worth about $10,000. You still got that?"
Probably. I don't know. I think I probably avoided that question, but I did think she asked me about it afterwards.
Yeah, we've handed that down for centuries in the family. We just want to make sure it stays in the family, right?
Yeah, it was, you know what? I just feel like I'm going to pat myself on the back for being a good neighbor. So, yeah, I kind of ruined my neighbor's sleep for like 2 months.
All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What things ruin your sleep? Tiffany hit us up on Facebook. Now, she said Archer loves watches. I'm going to assume, I don't know for sure, Archers are kids.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right. So I have several on my nightstand, watches, not kids, because I'm required to wear them at work. Well, Archer will pick them up and carry them around all day long, and he unintentionally sets alarms on the watches. So just in the middle of the night, in random places, alarms start going off around the house because this kid is just hidden watches everywhere.
It's like that's the equivalent of like your fire alarm, like battery low beeps.
Yes.
Oh my God, that would drive me insane. Good for you, Tiffany, for just not setting your whole entire house on fire, not being able to find one of those watches.
Now, for me personally, and a lot of people who came in on Facebook, it's pets and it's animals. We allow my dog to sleep in our bed. And it's a decision we now regret because the dog likes to cuddle.
Yeah.
And I mean, he lay on top of you, cuddle. And if you move, he inches closer. And he's such a sound sleeper. And he's not a huge dog. But trying to just even push him over just a couple inches in the middle of the night really doesn't work. So I'll wake up and the dude is just laying on top of me, basically.
Oh.
So there's a lot of times I don't get to sleep. I will 100% blame Mr. Blonde. It's his fault. I blame my dog.
Well, speaking of animals, Melissa had a fun comment here. Once again, our question of the day is, what thing or things ruin your sleep on a nightly basis? Melissa said, menopause and the cat walking on my head. We also had someone else just say, 4 cats. And just so you know, that is way too many cats.
I can speak from experience. 4 cats is too many. All right, coming up next, more of your calls, comments, and texts. What things ruin your sleep? I also got a call from Big, Bald, and Sexy. We're going to get to that next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. All right, guys, I'm going to edit up this call from Charles real quick. Be right back.
All right, guys, back on the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us while Cotter was editing up that call we got from Charles a little while ago.
All right.
Oh, it's funny. So we're, once again, question of the day, guys, is what thing or things on the regular ruin your sleep? Thank you for the stories. Jeremy Rhett going to share your stories here in just a moment.
All right, cool.
So our friend Tony, who works next door, said that she had a funny story she wanted to share. So she was at Disney this past weekend, and they did the Boo Bash last night. She said this was one of the 6-year-old's first time to Disney. She goes, I was trying to pump him up a little bit as we were walking toward the gate. I may have said, I am so effing excited, to which he repeated and got in a little tiny bit of trouble. Did he say it in front of like a Disney staff member? I guess like Disney staff members, like you could just cuss in front of them. They won't correct you, will they? It's not like it's like, hey, sir, please do not say the F-bomb.
I mean, if it gets out of hand, I bet they'll say something. I mean, if you just walk past and are like, F you, I doubt they'll say it.
F your stupid little name tag, loser. Get a real job.
All right, so that Black Album, tribute album, that has 53 Metallica cover songs.
Mm-hmm.
For a download, guess how much it's going to cost? Download the whole album.
I don't know, $20?
$50.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. 53 songs, $1 a song is, respectable, I guess. But that seems really, I don't know. Seems like a lot.
That does. Well, it's a crap ton of. I mean, it's
53 songs.
It's a double disc or triple disc worth of stuff.
Stupid amount. I get that.
Let's see. Charles actually shoots a crossbow when he went hunting this weekend. Otto shoots a compound bow.
I'm trying to think, have I ever shot? I've never shot a crossbow. Have I ever shot a bow and arrow? Maybe at Boy Scout camp when I was 10.
I've definitely shot a crossbow before.
Have you?
Yeah. How much is the entire thing bought from the store? The new Blackout? That's actually a really good question.
I don't know. Yeah, just the download's $50.
Let's see. The Metallica Blacklist 4 CD album on Amazon is $25.49.
Okay.
If you want it on vinyl, the 7 LP limited edition, it's $140. If you want like the super deluxe package, it's $250. And that's like lanyards and artwork and all the stuff. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Yeah, so the 50-track Blacklist, it's called the Metallica Blacklist, is the kind of the cover album.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's $25.49 on CD, and it's $48.99 MP3, which is crazy. That doesn't make sense. Or you can stream it for free, obviously.
Mac, I didn't plan on getting up on Sunday and running the bridge anyway. But Mac, backed out again without.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. There's a message.
Let's hear it. What's the excuse this time?
Let me see. I'll get to it. I mean, like I said, I didn't plan on getting up. I wanted to sleep on Sunday, so I didn't plan on doing it. So Greg sent out a message on Saturday. Are we running the bridge? Mac responded, I can't tomorrow. Got to be at church for worship rehearsal at 7 a.m., but I'm game for next Sunday. Now, I didn't respond to that because like I said, didn't plan to run it. So Greg texted me on Saturday at 5:30, but I had my phone. I didn't even pick up my phone after 4 on Saturday.
Okay.
So I didn't see it until almost 11 because he texted me, are we running the bridge tomorrow? So I texted him at 11 o'clock at night no, man, sorry. My bad. I did run yesterday, though. I got about 5 miles in. So I did about 5 miles around the neighborhood. Once again, I did 2 minutes of running, 1 minute of walking, sticking with the intervals.
Following up on the little kid who was saying the F word with Tony after she taught him the F word. Tony said, no, but his dad was really not happy. I pretended to be shocked that he said it too. Nothing better than trying to pump up a kid and then see him defeated by getting yelled at. And you threw that kid under the bus. You even tried to help him. Who would teach you that word, young man? How much time we got?
About 2.5 minutes.
Cotter, you may know who this is better than me, as you're a Doctor Who fan, according to your right arm. Actor Tanya Fear is reported missing in Los Angeles. She appeared in Doctor Who and other shows and films and was last seen this past Thursday.
Without knowing who she played in Doctor Who, the name is Tanya Fear.
Mm-hmm. A police department spokesperson confirmed that a missing persons report was completed last Thursday. No additional details were available. Cole said Fear, who also appeared in British shows Cleaning Up and Endeavor and the 2015 film A Moving Image, had recently been performing stand-up comedy and had been in the Los Angeles area for 2 months. Cole, which is the manager of Tanya Fear, said they last talked 8 days ago when they discussed work. She was fine, adding that it was a shock to learn that she'd disappeared.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew who that was, but apparently a Doctor Who actress.
Let me see who she played in Doctor Who. One episode in 2018. Yeah, not off the top of my head, no. Sorry. Yeah, no. All right, we got about a minute left. Final break.
Tony also said, in regards to the Disney story where she taught a small child how to say the F word, she said, look, things were happening. I wasn't going down to. Wow. Jesus, Tony. So, actually, so it's perfect. So I don't think Tony is in Savannah right now. So when A Perfect Touch Massage opens, I'm just going to go over there and say, hey, Tony said I could take all the Halloween stuff I wanted, and no one's going to stop me.
No, nobody's going to stop me. They're going to be like, yeah, they love those guys over there. That makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah, I said it was just going to borrow it for like a thing. But he never came back.
All right, guys, got about 15. Be right back. We are taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. What thing or things regularly ruin your sleep?
So Jeremy chimed in. He goes, I used to sleep good. 22 years, Army, multiple deployments, ugly stuff. I slept great. Owning a small business after the service? There it is. If you don't ever want to sleep again, open a small business, says Jeremy. Also, Rhett chimed in on the stream as well. Once again, our question of the day is, what thing or things on the regular ruin your sleep? He goes, when a kid comes into the room, tells me she threw up, not only am I awake, now I got to clean a kid, change some dirty, smelly sheets, put the dirty sheets in the wash, then try and get a kid back to sleep, and then myself. Apparently that happens on a more regular basis, and I guess I would like to think. Apparently kids are just constantly throwing up.
They're the worst.
Why? What is happening with kids' digestive systems where they're just like, yeah, I'm going to vomit right now?
I think it's just their need to be inconvenient. It's just something that they're born with.
As a father or two, Cotter, I mean, think back when you had, the kids were real young.
Yeah.
Would you say, what was like on a regular weekly basis, how many times did the kids vomit?
Oh, okay. I mean, it wasn't like it happened every week, month, or anything like that.
Because you always see the videos of like kids puking all the time all over when you're feeding them and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
when they're
early on,
when they're babies,
what on like a regular weekly basis, would you say they vomited 3 times a week?
Oh, as a baby, yes. I mean, you got things coming out of both ends,
right?
Kind of at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, it dies down as they get older. But you still got to deal with it. And the worst part about it as they get older is there's just more volume to it.
Yeah.
And it's just...
There's more stuff inside of them.
Yes. And they can walk to you, and it's like, I don't feel good. And then they can just puke on your bed.
Oh, no.
And just do it in their room.
Is there a puke story that you remember? Is there a puke vomit story from your children that you remember more than the others?
I don't have a puke vomit story. I do have a poop story. I was changing my oldest kid's diaper.
Mm-hmm.
A month old. I mean, super young still. And we had the changing table right next to a wall. And I get the diaper off, changing the diaper. My kid projectile poops.
Wow.
I mean, against the wall like a shotgun.
Yeah, it looked like the Evil Dead and like someone stomped on a head.
I know, I'm like, like I said, I'm a month into being a dad.
Right.
I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong?
Yep.
I'm freaking out.
At that point, did you just want to put it outside the front door and hope someone picked it up? Like, I'm done with this. This is over.
It changed me. That was the moment I felt I truly became a dad.
One of the defining moments.
It's one of the defining moments in my life.
Gross.
All right. I would say a lot of people chimed in with this. Alyssa was one of them, and I agree. Just having to pee. I mean, how many times do you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, you know what? I can wait. I can hold it in.
Nope.
And then 15 minutes later, you're like, I can't hold it in.
It literally happened to me this morning. It was 3:30 a.m. and I'm like, I looked at my phone real quick. I'm like, nope. I got to wake up. I got to wake up here in like an hour, man. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait. And then I got about another 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, I will get up now. And I've been awake since that exact moment.
All right. We also got a call from Big Bald and Sexy about a thing that keeps him from sleeping.
I sleep like a rock. I have sleep apnea. I wear a machine. I mean, nothing wakes me up. Except several years ago, I developed these deep inner thigh cramps. Okay? Now, I know you've had a cramp in your hamstring. You know, you straighten your leg out and the cramp will eventually go away.
Yeah.
But no, these sorry damn cramps on the deep inner thigh, it doesn't matter if you bend your leg or straighten your leg, it gets worse. Okay? And I mean, I'm talking about I can take pain, but I will be in tears for this thing. Only way to stop it is to put a heating pad on it. And let me tell you what, those agonizing 2 or 3 minutes while the heating pad is heating up are worse than anything. It's like, oh my God, please hurry. Now, once it heats up to full heat, then it takes about 10 minutes to get that damn cramp to go away. And the whole time, I'm literally tears are running down my eyes.
So you say it's a deep inner thigh cramp. Are you confusing it with an erection, Charles?
So it's not between the thighs, it's in the thighs.
It's a simple mistake. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, he's getting a little older. You know, maybe you're not able to see things down there as well as you used to. I'm just saying it could be mistaken. He could be very well mistaken. And a heating pad, maybe just some ice. Just throw some ice on it.
All right, got a couple things coming up. We got to talk Evander Holyfield, Vitor Belfort. You actually watched this fight,
yes,
Marshall?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're going to discuss that. Also, going to hopefully give away $50 of our boss's money with Big Money Monday. We'll tell you how you can play. Coming up next, Glorious Sons. This is SOS. It's Cotter and Marshall. Rock 106.1.
I love Sean's comment here. He goes, y'all want to see a dead body? Turn on the Falcons or Packers game. I was watching NFL Red Zone, man, and just watching Aaron Rodgers just get shit pumped the way he did. It was incredible. Jameis Winston, who would have thought? I started Josh Allen in my fantasy football league, and he did not have a good game. He got like 17 points.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston had like 30. He threw like for 5 touchdowns.
Damn.
It was stupid. And he's my backup. I didn't even start him. He's facing the Packers. Damn it.
Yeah, I did really well in one league and really poor in the other.
Get my money gun out just in case we're giving away $50 this morning. Once again, guys, if you want an opportunity to win $50 cash from A-Dub, it literally is from him. I take his credit card, I go across the street, and I just buy a $50 gift card. If you want in on an opportunity to win $50, all you need to do is text us right now. First name and a number between 1 and 9. Choose a number between 1 and 9. Don't just write 1 and 9 or just choose all the numbers. Choose just a singular number between the numbers of 1 and 9. If your number appears on the bingo ball, if we choose you, you win $50 cash.
I don't have the audio. This thing is just being a bitch. So
okay. Yeah, so it was Saturday night. I forget what I was watching, but I remember the exact last second that the fight was on with Evander Holyfield and Vitor Belfort. Where do you text that to? Oh, 1-800-394-1061. I guess that would be that would be nice of me to point out. 1-800-394-1061. Text your first name and a number between 1 and 9. Once you do that, you are set up. And then we're going to choose one person randomly to spin the bingo machine wheel for. Yeah, I totally forgot the fight was on. I literally turned it on while Evander Holyfield was walking. I'm like, oh, perfect timing.
Oh, nice.
And then the fight was 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It was horrific.
I guess both that and the Silva-Ortiz fight, both of them ended in the first round.
Yeah. Someone said that Tito Ortiz walked out to the Hulk Hogan music, the I Am a Real American. Yeah. And everyone said the moment he started walking out to that, they knew he was dead.
You will be the sacrificial lamb.
Ooh, Red said I started Matt Ryan. What a bust. Ooh. You know, I almost text the big guy or almost tweeted the big guy because when we talked to him on Thursday, I said, are you sure the Atlanta Falcons did the right thing? Instead of like drafting Justin Fields, you just drafted Kyle Pitts. I'm like, you think Matt Ryan still got it? He's like, yeah, Matt Ryan's got 4 or 5 more years. That's what the big guy told us.
Yeah.
And after watching the game yesterday, no, he does not. He's got maybe 1 or 2 more games with that offensive line. He is going to die.
Yeah, the only thing I messed up on in our side league, and not that I would have started him anyway, I should have started Antonio Brown. He got 18 points.
That's the thing too. It's like last year he wasn't very good.
Yeah, I know.
So I honestly probably wouldn't have started him myself.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I didn't intend to start him, but I should have. But I mean, I ended up with 106 points. Just the person I was playing 125.
Yep. Big guy can take a shit. I'm benching him for Trevor Lawrence. There you go, man.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I would hold on to maybe Matt Ryan for at least a couple more weeks. And then...
Oh, shoot. We're actually in. Sorry. That was shorter than I thought. Connor Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Big Money Monday. We couldn't play last week. It was Labor Day. Mm-hmm. We haven't given away $50 of our boss's money. Has been a month?
It's been a really long time, and it's been, well, too long. So I'm going to I feel good about today. I'm going to, you know what? Positive vibes for this Monday. Someone is going to walk away with $50 cash for boss's money today.
I hope so. I hope so, guys. All you got to do to enter is text us your first name and a 1 number, 1 through 9. The choice is yours. The text number 800-394-1061. So Saturday night, Triller had a boxing match. Evander Holyfield, Vitor Belfort was the main event. The fight also included Anderson Silva and Tito Ortiz. That fight lasted all of 1:20, with Ortiz going down round 1, losing to Silva by knockout.
Yeah, he's made a lot of bad decisions in his life. He still has to somehow crawl into a ring of any shape and just get completely devastated.
This is the show that also featured President Trump and his son Don Jr. providing alternative commentary for these fights. So the main event, Evander Holyfield taking on, it was a Vitor Belfort. Now, Holyfield, 58 years old.
Yeah.
Like days away from turning 59. He took this fight on 1 week's notice, and it showed.
He actually is in great shape.
Yeah.
And he's been trying to get in shape for the last, 2 years because he was supposed to fight Mike Tyson in a boxing demo match or whatever they call it for when these old guys fight each other. But he was horrific. I mean, he was so bad in this fight, and that's why it only lasted like 10 seconds.
So, Marshall, you actually watched this fight.
Yeah.
You caught it right as he was coming to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did he look good walking out? Did he look confident?
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of like stone-faced.
Right.
I mean, he looked like he was in great shape. I'm like, wow, this could be a really cool, kind of when Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. kind of went at it last November. We're like, wow, this is actually going to be really interesting and may last, quite a few rounds. It did not. It took like 10 seconds.
Evander landed 1 punch.
Yeah.
In this fight. 1 punch. You had Belfort just coming out, flurries of punches, knocked Holyfield down. Holyfield got up. He beat the 10 count.
Barely.
And then more punches, and the ref was just like, we're done.
Yeah. It was an utterly ugly match. And I feel bad for the people at Triller because they paid, 45, Donald Trump, quite a bit of money to come and do alternative commentary for a fight that lasted less than a minute. I want to see by the per second how much Donald Trump actually made. Because I bet you he made per second, he probably made $50,000.
Did you get the Donald Trump commentary or did you get the main commentary?
I don't know because it was so short. I didn't know if Donald Trump was going to say anything at any moment. I mean, the crowd loved him. They were shouting, "You love Trump!" And it was a cool thing. It was a cool thing to see, especially the president being up there. But yeah, it was. He got paid so much money for nothing.
Now, at the end of the fight, speaking of a lot of money, Triller's CEO, Ryan Kavanaugh, was in the ring. He's talking to Belfort. And then he offered up a fight to Jake Paul. $25 million. Winner take all.
Mm-hmm.
Does Jake Paul take this fight?
I don't think Jake Paul can because he's signed to a Showtime contract.
Deal. Yeah.
And Jake Paul was fighting for Triller. So I think this was just more of a poke in the side. Take that, Jake Paul. And he's the kind of the biggest name in boxing, sadly, right now.
So sad. So sad.
It's just cool to throw around big names right now.
All right, coming up next, Big Money Monday, your chance to win a $50 gift card. Scoring our boss's money. We want to give it away. All you got to do is text us, 800-394-1061. Just need your first name and a number, 1 through 9. We'll select one person to play. Big Money Monday is next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Yeah, cool. Oh, Andrew, thank you for answering Jeremy's question. Yeah, we're on YouTube and Twitch as well. Twitch seems to be the preferred place to kind of watch the show, Jeremy. It seems to have the best viewing experience. Facebook, they condense everything and it gets choppy and crappy. So yeah, it seems to be the best on Twitch, YouTube, then Facebook, kind of in that order when it comes to watching the live stream and it, not completely messing up. Once again, that's on the platform, not us. Charles says, I have been involved with football for over 45 years. I have never seen as many O-line penalties as I saw in that Eagles-Falcons game. I only watched, and here's the thing, I was watching Red Zone, and all I saw was Eagles highlights because the Falcons scored 2 field goals.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything from them. Sean says, I saw a meme that had Rodgers hosting Jeopardy and said, I'll take who should have spent more time on football instead of pouting for 400, please. It was that game. I couldn't believe it. 38-3. The Packers lost yesterday.
Yeah.
38-3. Ugh. Ugly. We got a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Yep, that's cool. Let's see. Okay. All right. Thank you to everybody who's texting in for Big Money Monday. Get to that here after commercials, and we got one tune, and then we'll get to that after 8 o'clock. We've got Dude of the Week Deathmatch, playing Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout. This computer is driving me up the wall. Okay. All right, guys. We've got about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left of commercials. Going to get to brand new stuff from Daughtry, Heavy as the Crown. Then we'll get to Big Money Monday, hopefully give away $50. Lots of people chiming in, looking to play. Big thanks to everybody who chimed in over the weekend for the Metallica weekend. Rhett, yeah, like I was saying earlier, it was the first time I've watched a complete college football game in probably 15 years. Last time was when I lived in Lincoln, watched multiple Cornhuskers games. But the wife and I are like, yeah, it's on, let's watch it. Taking on Texas. And it was awesome. We watched the whole thing. My kid, her dorm is she wasn't at the game. Went down, checked out the tailgating ahead of time, and said it was just badass crazy. But she can see one of the big screens, one of the stadium screens from her dorm. So they were able to watch some highlights and flashing whatever's flashing up on the big screen from the dorm. Saw the fireworks and stuff like that. Said it was awesome, and then walked around like at 12:30 after the game. Said it was still just an S show all around campus, but it was fun, man. I'll be there and I'll actually be there for next Saturday's game. It's family weekend, and they take on Georgia Southern. So I'll actually be in the stadium watching the game. I'll probably bring bad luck, and this is when they'll lose. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. My other kid went to Kent State, their football team. Not that the Razorbacks have always, have a stellar football team, but the Kent State Golden Flashes are known for losing a lot and often. All right, about 30 seconds in commercials. Then we're going to get to Daughtry, Heavy as the Crown. We'll get the Big Money Monday. Hopefully give away $50 of our boss's money. And then 8 o'clock, we've got Dude of the Week Deathmatch. 11-year-old Bills fan, Joshie Hutchinson, is diagnosed with cancer back in June, been going through chemo. His last chemotherapy treatment happened recently, and he celebrated like a true Bills Mafia fan, so it was great. He's going against the mom who actually fought off a mountain lion to save her kid. We talked football earlier, but we left off one story about the Miami Appalachian State game where there was a cat in the stadium hanging on for dear life and how a dude saved it with a flag. Then we'll get to Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? So plenty of stuff coming up.
So before kickoff, which was 1 o'clock yesterday, I had multiple people, and I'm talking multiple people, reach out to me, and they're like, "Hey, Marshall, how do I watch football, man? Like, you have a Fire Stick, right? So I'm like, actually, I was preparing for this, oddly enough. So I had a copy and pasted text message on how exactly you can use the products I use to watch Red Zone and not have to pay like $50 a month or whatever. And I had 3 people reach out to me yesterday. That's like, fun. Hey, man, you say you could watch all the Red Zone games and football games for like nothing, right? I'm like, yep. And I was like, hold on, copy and pasted.
Reed Kent, right? Kent State. That's funny. Yeah, my kid, my oldest kid going there, had gone there, taking a gap year for the rest of his life. Yeah, did not care about the sports at all, so was not a thing. And Kent State, if you're not going to care about sports, is the school to go to because they're bad.
Are they known for any of their sports programs?
No, their football team. I mean, if they get a win, it's good. I mean, they're bad. I mean, because we looked it up once. Let me see if I can find it. Shit, this is gonna be super slow again. I'll get to it in 12 years. All right, we got about 90 seconds. Gonna get the Big Money Monday.
Do you want me to pull someone? Or you want me to pull?
If you can pull someone, yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm. It's got to have been at least a month. I mean, we didn't play last week because of Labor Day. Yeah. So coming back from this flight back from Kent's not a big deal, or from Arkansas, not a big deal, but they moved back my flight coming back from Austin. So instead of getting into Savannah like at 7 o'clock,
7 p.m.?
Yeah, okay. Respectable time, I get back at midnight.
Ooh.
So that is going to be brutal. It's like a Tuesday night, so I'm literally going to come here and sleep for 3 hours, get up for the show.
We should just take the day off.
I'm already taking like 4 days off, so.
Take another. You coming in with 3 hours of sleep is...
entertaining?
To do the show is not going to be a fun day.
Kent State lost 41-10 against Texas Tech. And then, they got a win, 60-10 over at VMI. I have no idea who VMI is. They got a win. Look at that. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out, Cotter and Marshall Show. It is time for Big Money Monday. This is where we hopefully give away $50 of our boss's money. We have gone at least a month, man. At least a month since we've given something away.
Yeah, I think that's somewhere close to true. All right, so once again, every single Monday, we try to give away $50. We try. Of our boss's money. And all you need to do to have a chance at winning it is to text us, 1-800-394-1061, your first name and then a number between 1 and 9. Cotter, today we are going to play for the lovely Sarah. Sarah is our person we are spinning for. Sarah has chosen the number 8.
Okay. All right.
All right. So with our very fancy $16 Amazon wheel, you know what? The amount of times I've mentioned this, Amazon should just give me a nicer, better
wheel.
They
really should.
They've gotten so much, promotional stuff out of me. Okay, let's go ahead and give Sarah an opportunity to win $50 of our boss's cash.
All right. Looking for the number 8 in any form or fashion.
Cotter.
Yes, Marshall.
The number today.
Yes.
Is the number 49.
No!
Another loser.
No.
Sarah, we are sorry. We failed you. I don't know. Will we ever win again? I'm not for sure.
We will.
Will we?
Yes.
Because it's been bad.
If we're in a drought.
Yeah.
This is like, when was the last time the Bears had a good quarterback? When was the last time we got a winner in Big Money Monday? It's the same thing.
When's the last time the Atlanta Falcons scored over 7 points? Exactly, Cotter. We're in a bit of a rut, but maybe next week we will change and I'm able to shoot off this money gun.
All right, coming up after 8 o'clock. 1, we're going to tell you the super ticket artist of the day. 2, we've got the Dude of the Week death match. It's going up against an 11-year-old Bills fan who just finished up chemotherapy and a mom who fought off a mountain lion. Tough one today. Dude of the Week death match after 8 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Sarah. I'm actually texting Sarah back right now. Sarah, we failed you. 49 was the number.
So sorry.
We apologize. I got to go. Hope everyone has a great Monday and week. Thanks, Tony. Good luck teaching small children how to cuss for the rest of the day.
Good luck.
So speaking of small children, Cotter,
yes.
Here's another headline I found that I would like your immediate response on.
Okay.
Ohio mom pleads guilty in execution-style killings of 8 members of a family.
Holy, what?
Yeah. So this is out of Columbus, Ohio. So an Ohio woman pleaded guilty Friday to helping plan the killings of 8 members of a family, becoming the second member of her own family to admit in a role in a shocking crime prosecutors say stemmed from a dispute over custody of her granddaughter. So Angela Wagner, 50, pleaded guilty in southern Ohio's Pike County to conspiracy to commit aggravated murder along with burglary, evidence tampering, and other charges. In exchange for the plea, prosecutors dropped the aggravated murder charges against her and recommended she serve a 30-year prison sentence. Her agreement to testify against other remaining defendants also was part of the deal.
What?
Yeah. Whew. Her husband and their 2 adult sons were charged in 2016 slayings of 7 adults and a teenage boy from the Roden family. Wagner's plea comes nearly 5 months after her son, Edward Jake Wagner, pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and other charges and agreed to testify against the other 3 in a deal that would help all 4 avoid death penalty sentences. Good Lord. The fatal shootings at 3 trailers and a camper near Piketon in April 2016, they literally offed an entire family. Jesus, man. There's some crazy headlines coming out this weekend. Semen syringes by a guy named Stemmen. Also semen, maybe.
Yeah, that's it's a little much. A lot going on there. Whatever. I don't even. What do you say to that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Your family has issues.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think they went about it the wrong way. I know it's a tough take to take, but I don't think you should murder entire families because you disagree with them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a bad idea. Also, another story that came out this weekend, Cotter, where obviously we have a few minutes before we jump back on the air, top the 8 o'clock hour. Halfway through the show today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Super Ticket Artist of the Week, then get right into Dude of the Week. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was #1 at the box office again this weekend.
Damn.
It made $35 million, which is a 53% decline, but it was actually that's a better decline than Black Widow. Black Widow saw a 70% decline from its week 1 to week 2.
That is actually viewable on Disney without paying extra money for it early October.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to watch it then.
Yeah, so they only promise like the first 45 days in movie theaters. Then it'll make a bunch of money for Disney Plus. Like I said, it's actually a really good movie for a Marvel film, for a new character. It is really good. He's very likable, and his friend/girlfriend or whatever she is, really funny.
Awkwafina's
Awkwafina,
awesome.
yeah,
she's hysterical.
She's really good. She's really good in the film. Although I will say the one thing I didn't like about the film is they're really good at making sometimes bad costumes for these guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like his costume, his dragon armor or whatever he's wearing, this red outfit that you see in promo photos. I think it just looks stupid.
Okay.
I just feel like they have like a supermodel like press this button to create generic superhero armor, and that's what we got. I hope they do something a little bit more interesting for him.
All right, so we've got about 30 seconds in commercials. Gonna get the 3 days grace and shine down, and then we'll dive into Super Ticket and Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
So Big Bald and Sexy just texted me. He has a deer cam set up at his land, which is outside of Savannah.
Oh, nice.
So he's got like a little deer here. Hold on, let me pop on there it is. That guy's gonna be dead soon. Andrew says, Boss Man is in town today. Where should I make him buy lunch from? Ooh, that's a great question. Andrew, you're in the Savannah area, right? That'll give us a better idea. You don't want to spend all your lunch hour driving from one spot to another. Let's see. Great question. If you're in the Savannah area, I would make him take you to. How about Tacos by Tequila Town? That's the new location that used to be over in Blowing Smoke. I haven't been there yet.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, and they call it Tacos by Tequila Town.
Nice.
I don't know why.
Why not?
Or actually, no. Do they call it? No. That's Tequila Town. That's the one in Sandfly. Ooh, you know what I haven't had in a long time? Barbecue.
Oh, Sandfly Barbecue.
Go to Sandfly Barbecue.
Yes.
That's what I would do. No, I really haven't had barbecue in the longest time. There's a spot over on Victory. What is it called? It's not Rusty's Barbecue Smokehouse. There's a spot on like Bull Street and Victory. It's like next to a gas station.
Okay.
It's like Smokies or something. It's right next to 520 Wings. Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah. I know where it's like, right. You can see it from Two Tides.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's that barbecue joint that our buddy Dennis went to and says it's literally the best in town. Tricks Barbecue. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Apparently, it's amazing. It's closed today, but it opens 11 a.m. tomorrow. Heads up. I heard Tricks is fantastic.
Haven't been there either.
Yes, good idea. Andrew says for barbecue. I haven't had barbecue in forever and haven't had good tacos in a while either. Charles says Coach's is always a good business lunch. I agree with that. Coach's got everything.
They do.
They have Cheesecake Factory menu of restaurants.
It's been a while since I've eaten at Coach's, too.
So my wife's boss loves Coach's, and he goes to watch Packers games there every Sunday. So I'll be eventually going to watch a Packers game there with my wife and her boss at some point.
Yeah, Coach's was kind of, when I lived out on Wilmington, it was like on my way home, in the mood for a beer. Talk about Coach's.
Mm-hmm. So I actually, I've been in the mood for Oktoberfest beers recently.
Okay.
So I went to Habersham and I talked to some guy, not named Vince, some other guy. He had hair, so it was definitely not Vince. And there is this German Marzen beer called Westerhofsring. I don't know how to say it. It starts with a W. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
But it was like Jingleheimer Schmidt. It's something to the effect of that.
I think I know exactly which one you're talking about, and I agree. It is delicious.
Yeah, it's Weihenstephan. Weihenstephan. The world's oldest brewery, Weihenstephan. Sure. But they have a delicious Marzen that I was told to try, and it is actually delicious.
Yeah.
It's much lighter and it's almost like a light Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
It is quite delicious.
Yeah. Marzens are delightful.
Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't realize I looked up barbecue in Savannah. There's quite a few barbecue joints here in the Savannah area. Thing is, like, I don't hear anyone like freaking out over a barbecue place in the Savannah area. Like, I haven't heard of that spot that has like 30 people lined up outside of it every single day the moment they open. Because that's the way like Angels used to be downtown, right? Well, why isn't there a spot here in Savannah like that? I mean, it's probably based on quality at that point, right?
It'd be my guess.
Speaking of beer, Jeremy's on the chat. Jeremy's the owner of Split Fin Brewing Company in Midway. He says, brewing a Marzen this week, beautiful copper color lager. I like that.
I do like that. Which was when Lex Terry and Rich Party. Damn, that's been a minute.
Sierra Nevada has a great Oktoberfest beer as well. Speaking of beer, I also tried a pumpkin beer this weekend from Sycamore. Sycamore is up in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have a pumpkin latte blonde ale.
Interesting.
5.4% alcohol.
Okay.
They sell them in 16-ounce cans, available at Habersham. It is one of my favorite pumpkin beers that I've had in quite some time.
Nice.
It's smooth, rich, creamy, but not like overly thick or anything where you choke it down.
Right.
But it is a delightful beer.
You said it's an ale?
Yeah, blonde ale.
That's I like that people are doing. I mean, a pumpkin stout's good. It makes sense. But I like when they'll try different things like that.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. Like, I got a pumpkin porter from Cherry Street. I know what you're saying. Marshall, Cherry Street is not good. And you're right, Cotter. I had a sweet pumpkin pie brown ale.
Yeah.
I think it was brown ale. It is not good.
Yeah.
I own 3 more of those beers.
Cherry Street, the only beer I've had from Cherry Street that I like is the Step and Razor. It's an IPA they do.
Yeah.
The only one. Everything else is just not good.
I don't know why Cherry Street, and I'm sorry if you guys know anyone from Cherry Street or maybe the owners of Cherry Street are watching right now. Probably not, but why do you not like flavor? Why are you the way you are? To be a whole Michael Scott moment there. Why does every one of your beers sound amazing but sucks the moment I drink it?
Yeah, there's just some breweries for some reason. That's one of them. What's the other one? There's one, Orange Blossom Brewing.
Maybe.
I have not had a good beer from them.
Yeah, I mean, Cherry Street, I want to love you. You're from the Georgia area, man. I want to tout you. I want to blow the horn of awesomeness for you. But you suck. I'm sorry. Jeremy says they're normally brewed in March, served October, November, but modern technology allows us to knock them out in a few weeks. Oh, when it comes Oktoberfest, cool. Is Ken and Candy still around? That's the barbecue joint Sean is mentioning. Used to be over on Chatham Parkway and Highway 17.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. Speaking of, Andrew says Ken and Candy's unfortunately closed. Their son works for me. I missed that place. Oh, tell their son to reopen it.
Yeah, come on.
Andrew, fire him. Fire that guy. That's motivation right there.
All right, guys, got about 10-ish seconds. We'll be right back. You can score tickets for POD, Candlebox, and Fozzy, all at Victory North. Also, Dirty Honey and Aaron Jones at District Live. We've got the Rock 1061 Super Tickets.
And our artist of the day is Dirty Honey. So anytime you hear Dirty Honey today, text us the keyword super, SUPER, to 1-800-394-1061. The moment you do it, you're instantly qualified to win the super ticket from us. We will announce our winner with Billy and the Badass Rock Show this coming Friday afternoon.
So if you want more details about the Rock 1061 Super Ticket, hit us up online. It is rock1061.com.
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
Cool! A freak show! Let's check it out!
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
Up first for the Dude of the Week is Joshie Hutchinson. Now, Joshie, 11-year-old kid who was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma last June. Not good. And the kid has spent countless hours in chemotherapy. Now, Joshie is a big Buffalo Bills fan, and he recently celebrated his last chemo session in true Bills Mafia fashion.
Yeah, so he dressed up in his Josh Allen jersey, put a helmet on, and they built this little cardboard table for him to just dive through. They put pillows underneath to make sure he didn't hurt himself. But very, very cool stuff. A great way for him to celebrate his very last chemo session.
Joshie is going against a California mom. I didn't see a name given to this story. She's just some mythical creature who fought off a mountain lion. Now, it was a 65-pound mountain lion. Her kid, 5-year-old kid, playing in the front yard. The lion dragged this kid like 45 yards across the front lawn. She heard the commotion. She came running out the door, just starts punching and striking this mountain lion.
Yeah, only if Evander Holyfield could have had her instead of him walk into that boxing ring. Maybe the fight would have lasted a little longer this past weekend. But, yeah, she got the mountain lion off. She took the kid to the hospital. He's obviously going to make it through, his terrible injuries that he did suffer from the mountain lion. Now, the mountain lion was found. He was found in a bush, hissing, trying to claw at people, and they have decided to terminate that mountain lion's life. Unfortunately,
I mean,
I hate to hear it.
I do too, but I mean, they think it's going to be a continuous threat, so it makes sense. I mean, it drugged this kid 45 yards across the yard.
I know the Falcons didn't even see the 45-yard line, let alone run 45 yards yesterday. So, I mean, maybe they should have just maybe not killed this mountain lion and just put a Falcons helmet on him.
All right, so the Dude of the Week death match. It is up to you. Who wins? Vote right now. You can text in 800-394-1061. You can also comment in on the chat. Is it Joshie Hutchinson, the 11-year-old Bills fan who celebrated his last chemo session, or the California mom who fought off the mountain lion? Who wins? It's up to you in the Dude of the Week death match. Don't back down, Mammoth WVH, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
I got to vote for Joshie over here.
Okay.
Let's see. Charles goes with the mountain lion mom.
Okay.
Once again, guys, we're asking you, who should be the Dude of the Week? Should it be Joshie, this kid who beat Hodgkin's lymphoma like a bitch? Or should it be the mountain lion mom who saved her child? Excuse me. Elaine says mom.
Okay.
Mountain lion mom. Andrew goes mountain lion mom.
Okay.
Wanda said Jesus. Oh, wait. That's not a choice, Wanda. Rhett says Mountain Lion. Once again, guys, let us know who you think should win the Dude of the Week death match. Drop in your votes here on the stream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We stream all those platforms each and every weekday when we're not on vacation, which we're on a lot, just so you know. Jeremy says Mountain Lion Mom. Max says the kid, Joshy.
Now, I really think the Bills should have stepped up and got this kid a win over the weekend. But.
Me too. Ugh. Says my fantasy football team. Wanda's going with the Mountain Lion Mom.
Okay.
And I honestly thought you guys, you monsters, would have gone with the chemotherapy kid. But, man, Mountain Lion Mom seems like it's a runaway hit.
We got Marilyn on the text. Definitely the Bills fan. Go Buffalo.
Love the Bills. Love them.
I don't like the mom. That's the S you're supposed to do for your kids. That's a Sean.
What, keep them alive? Yeah, you're right, Sean.
All right, got about 90 seconds, guys. 90 seconds. Still got this story about the Miami and Appalachian State game with this cat.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy story. All right, 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
We do have a vote here on the Facebook page. I want to make sure that you saw that.
Yep.
It's for Joshy.
Yep, got that one.
How often do you get the opportunity to beat up a mountain lion? Says Elaine. That's a solid point. Solid point.
That is a good point. All right, guys, got about 20 seconds.
Back half of this hour, guys, we're going to hook you up with more tickets to go check out Coheed and Cambria over at Daly's Place. If you play trivia with us, that's coming up here in about 20 minutes.
All right, guys, be right back. Up first, Joshy Hutchinson, an 11-year-old who was diagnosed with cancer last June, been going through a lot of chemotherapy. He's a big Bills fan. Well, his last chemo session happened, and typically they ring a bell. Well, he did it in style as a true fan and a member of the Bills Mafia.
Yeah, he threw himself through a cardboard table. It was pretty awesome to see. The video was amazing. Now, our other Dude of the Week, Cotter, is a mom from California who saved her 5-year-old son. A mountain lion attacked him in the front yard, drug him away 45, 50 yards. Once again, the yardage amounts the Falcons have not seen all season long, even through one game, and then saved his life. And the mountain lion, unfortunately, was found. The wildlife authorities had decided to terminate his life. So that mountain lion died for, well, attacking a small boy. Sorry about that. But we have two great Dude of the Week candidates for the week.
It was close. It was just separated by 2 votes. But those 2 votes are going to this mysterious mom who saved her son's life by fighting off a mountain lion with bare fist shots to the mountain lion's head.
Now, do you think she uppercut maybe? Wait, like Open? Do you think she like open-handed them, like
Open palm strike.
yeah, like E Honda from Street Fighter 2?
Just waving them like this.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do? Do you come in just quick and hard with like a big elbow drop across its back? And then
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yeah.
Like, is there a ring close by so you can jump off the top rope?
There was like a small children's toy, like the slide. She jumped up on it, slammed down on.
Or
the
if she
cat.
just like choked it out.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Got in a rear naked choke.
Yeah, something like that.
A little ground and pound action.
And you imagine like if you were attacking an animal that was hurting someone, a loved one, maybe not your enemies, but maybe a loved one, go for the eyes, right?
You got to.
Yeah.
I mean, you got because
Thumb in the eye. Yeah.
You don't want to give a wild animal any chance to get any offense in.
No.
So I mean, yeah, you got to try to really take it out and take it out quick.
All right. That went to the deep dark moments of our life right there. In case you're wondering how we'd fight off an animal that was attacking a loved one, go for the eyes.
I would run screaming at a very high pitch. Let's be honest.
Cool. So we're dead. I'm dead now. Thanks.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about another cat. This one is a cute little kitten hanging for dear life at the Miami game when they took on Appalachian State this past week. So we got that story. That's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
A-Town Wings on Waters is now open. Tell me more about this, Wanda. I never even heard of that. Sean says, Marshall, I've embraced my basic white bitch with you. I purchased pumpkin spice coffee and pumpkin spice creamer. I've already done that. I've had multiple cups of coffee with it. Great move.
So there's a story. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is in the new Indiana Jones movie, they're saying once this movie is done, she could take over the franchise and they can keep it going. Now, there was rumors that they were going to do this with Shia LaBeouf in the last one, that they were going to try to pass the baton off to him. Nobody liked his character.
That's true.
So Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be the sidekick to Indiana Jones in the fifth movie, one that we don't have a name for. But there are rumors that they could continue the franchise without Harrison Ford and have her kind of take over the role. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I did the Crystal Skull was a little rough. It was a rough one.
It was terrible. It's very kind of you. It was terrible. Not good. Let's see. Sean says it's starting to get cold and chilly up here, so he's embracing. Oh, your pumpkin, yeah. So over the weekend, I found out something, Cotter, and you may find this quite interesting. Now, the art of making a cup of coffee is pretty easy, right?
Anymore,
yeah. I would think so, right? Like with Keurigs and stuff. And I have a Keurig machine that I've had for the longest time. So my wife, we have a kind of ongoing joke that she doesn't make coffee as good as me, and she just says that, so I'll make her a cup of coffee. Sure. But then I was sitting down yesterday morning. It was around 9 o'clock. Slept in a little bit, and got out of bed. And she's making a cup of coffee. I'm like, hey, can I also have a cup of coffee? And she goes, absolutely. So she brings over a cup of coffee, and it is horrific. I don't know how she screwed up making a cup of Keurig coffee.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I'm like, what is going on here? Do you not like me? And then she drank some of her own coffee. She's like, ugh. It's like, how do you screw this up? It is, she somehow horrifically screwed up coffee.
I mean,
from a Keurig machine.
I mean, unless you're going for something fancy or, steaming some foam or something.
No.
How do you mess that up?
It was just it was a cup of coffee, and I'm like, throw some pumpkin latte creamer in there for me. It was terrible.
She was really leaning into the joke, and she's like, this solidifies it. I will never make a cup of coffee again as long as I live.
I don't think she can. I don't think she can ever come back from this terrible insult to coffee that she tried to give me yesterday morning. I promptly threw out both cups of coffee and then remade them, and it turns out it was good when I made it. So
there you go.
My bad. Her bad, actually. Marshall, have you had more of that Caribou pumpkin coffee? Yes, I've pretty much exclusively been drinking that Caribou coffee. It is quite good. I like it a lot. Thanks for getting that for me. So going back real quickly, A-Town Wings.
Yeah,
it is. It's an Atlanta-based kind of spot. They're in Albany, Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, and now they have a Waters Avenue location. So they have 2 Savannah locations.
Is it over? Where's it at? Is it over by the McDonald's? Is it that place?
6730 Waters Avenue.
No, because that wouldn't be a Waters address. I don't know where that's at.
Yep, it's right in there.
Is it? Okay.
I think that's the old Howling Hound.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I missed the Howling Hound.
That place, that was legit, guys. The fact that didn't last is sad. That place was awesome.
We blame you for it.
The food was so good.
So when you walk into A-Town Wings, it looks like a fast food type. Like it looks like it's completely fast food with like the ordering menu and everything.
Right.
Sorry, I'm going to look at the menu.
No, that's fine. I'm always down for wings, man.
Okay, so they've got wings, boneless wings, shrimp, fish, chicken tenders. They have something just called Philly. They've got, let's see, you get a 100-piece wing for $97.99.
Damn.
That's actually ridiculously good right now because wings are really pricey.
Yeah.
They do Philly cheesesteaks sandwiches as well.
Okay.
Philly sandwich, Philly and fries, Philly and wings. You get a Philly sandwich and 5 wings for $13. I feel like that's pretty good.
That does seem like a good deal.
Yeah. All right, so here's what we need you to do. Someone please go to A-Town Wings and eat there and let us know if it's worth our time. Let's see. Sean says, my brother-in-law has been trying to recreate my wife's coffee since he came up from Savannah for my wedding in 2018. She makes an amazing pot of coffee. It's a gift. Andrew says the Philly's good. Not like an OG Philly, but the Philly and wings is legit.
All right. Good deal.
Yeah.
No?
I'm skeptical now. He said it was good. He didn't say it was great. He said it was good.
Phillies are weird, though, man. You would think they would be one of the simplest things to make. I mean, you just think it'd be stupid easy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how many times have you truly had, this is an exceptionally great Philadelphia cheesesteak?
Once, twice, maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
Funny enough, Howling Hound actually had a pretty decent cheesesteak. That wasn't bad. All right, guys, got a quick story on a cat that was saved, possibly by people. I don't know. I think they kind of missed it. If you look at the video closely.
I think they broke its fall. I don't think they caught it.
And that cat freaked out.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Tried to hold him up like a Simba moment.
Yeah.
That cat almost devoured that person. Then we'll play some trivia here at the bottom of the hour. We're going to hook you guys up with some Coheed and Cambria tickets. They're playing on Friday, September 24th. So pretty much a week from this coming Friday over at Daly's Place in Jacksonville. So we're going to hook you up with tickets to go check out good old Coheed and Cambria.
The only thing I've seen at Daly's Place is an AEW show. But, I mean, the setup for it is great. I'd love to see a concert there. I mean, it seems like it'd be a really good place to see a show.
Yeah, it's got very much a St. Augustine amphitheater vibe to it. It's that place. I feel like they kind of just stole everything from the St. Augustine amphitheater, completely outdoor kind of amphitheater venue, and I don't think the amphitheater has ever really recovered. They're still open, but I don't know for how long.
So, according to this report, Russo brothers may be done with Marvel because of the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit.
Why is that?
Said they were expected to return to the franchise. They obviously, the Avengers did a big part there. However, those talks seem to have hit an impasse after the brothers expressed concerns about Disney's potentially pulling the same trick they pulled on Johansson with Black Widow.
Oh, okay, because it went to Disney Plus first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sources close to the brothers claim that they are worried their hypothetical movie will be given a split release just like Black Widow, resulting in lesser take-home pay.
Yeah, because a lot of those people have like this residual-based payment system where they'll pay you like, I don't know, $5 million up front, which is super low, but they offer you like a small amount of the full box office take.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
Excuse me.
All right, guys, be right back. So over the weekend, the University of Miami had their home opener against Appalachian State. Miami would go on to win 25-23, but the talk of the game, not what happened on the field. Talk of the game is what happened in the stands with a cat. Early in the second quarter of the game, the attention of pretty much everyone in the student section focused on this cat that was dangling for its life from the upper deck.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird scene. The video shows this cat. I don't know how it got there, but it started like it lost its balance, and it was hanging on. It was like an action movie. It was like Sylvester Stallone and Cliffhanger, just hanging on to that. It was a bridge, right? He was hanging on from, and then he fell. Yeah. Okay. Spoiler alert. Anyway, it was that cat, and it had both of its paws up, and then down to one, and all the girls in the stadium like screaming, and then it eventually fell, but. The people who were watching the game, who obviously stopped watching the game and started watching this cat, were prepared for this exact moment.
So this dude named Craig Cromer.
Great name.
7 years.
Salt of the earth type of name.
7 years. Season ticket holder for Miami. And him and his wife bring an American flag, and they drape it over the front of the railing every game.
Sure.
It's what they've always done.
Weird tradition. Okay, yeah.
But it paid off for this cat because Craig looked up, sees the cat dangling, gets the flag, yanks it off the zip ties, and they use it as a net for when the cat finally falls.
Yeah, so it's like almost like a parachute type of situation where they throw people in the air. They caught this cat. It mostly
questionable.
I mean, the video is a little grainy, but it looks like they broke the fall of the cat with the American flag.
Now, the best part about it is one of the students just picks up the cat and does like a Lion King Simba moment.
Oh, yeah, like holds it up, and the cat is freaking out. I mean, just trying to claw its way out of it, started biting his hand. But good for this student. He must have been very drunk because this cat is going numb on his hands, and he's just still holding it. He's just still holding it. And then finally, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm bleeding.
How does this cat get in the stadium?
I don't know.
I mean, are all stadiums just littered with homeless cats?
I just feel like there's like little tunnels for cats and squirrels, like because you always see like randomly like a squirrel show up at a Major League Baseball game. Like I just feel like there's little runways for them just in case to break up a boring game.
It is a pretty good video because, like you're saying, everybody reacts to every movement of the cat. You know, the cat loses one paw and falls. And then cheers erupts when the cat seems to be alive. So it's a pretty good video to check out. All right, coming up next, are you smarter than a community college dropout? Is brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. We've got tickets for Coheed and Cambria, and that's just for playing. We got details coming up. Here's 311 Rock 106.1.
Guys, I'll go ahead and drop that video into the chat so you guys can check it out when it comes to this cat. It was, let's see, Miami. Sorry, I don't have it right in front of me. Appalachian cat video.
Yeah, I still questions how the cat got in the stadium. How's that a thing?
Animals somehow find their way into all stadiums.
Yeah.
But we dropped the link for the news story for the cat falling video. Oh, come on. Okay, maybe not. So in Marshall's Music News today, I'm going to talk about Mudvayne. Mudvayne played their first show this past weekend in 12 years. And Chad Gray, the lead singer, had a bunch of weird costumes on the entire time. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll kind of hit up some of their playlists that they played at the show itself.
All right, got about 90 seconds. Solicit someone to play. A little bit of trivia.
Let's see. My game, I think, is kind of easy only for the fact that I have 1, 2, 3 multiple choice questions. A lot of multiple choice today.
So. Yeah, I've got a couple multiple choice.
good opportunity for someone to possibly get the win today.
Andrew saw Rise Against It dailies. How was that, man?
Daily seems like a good venue.
It does. All right, just over 30 seconds.
Okay. This sets headphones, turn my stopwatch on.
All right, guys, be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. It is one round of trivia, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Do you have what it takes to beat either myself or Marshall?
And it doesn't matter if you beat us or lose to us or whatever. I mean, we're still going to hook you, but take us to go check out Coheed and Cambria and The Used over at Daly's Place. That's coming up not this Friday, but the following Friday, September 24th. So call us up right now. You're guaranteed to win those tickets by being the first caller, 1-800-394-1061.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Call us now, 800-394-1061.
All right, guys, good morning again. Oh, there's our phone call there. Got any good questions for the Magic 8 Ball, guys? Throw them at me. We'll answer them after this.
Rock 1061, who's this?
My name is Becca. How are you?
Good. How are you, Becca?
Good, thank you.
All right, so for trivia today, who would you like to take on, myself, Cotter, or Marshall?
Either one's fine.
Okay. Cotter will go.
Okay.
Well, we'll throw it at Cotter. Cotter. Why not, Becca? All right. So here's the deal. No matter what happens, we're still going to hook you up with tickets to go check out Coheed and Cambria and The Used. They play next Friday, September 24th, over at Daly's Place. So with the game, you got 7 questions, 60 seconds. If you don't know the answer to one of these questions, go ahead and say pass. If we have enough time, we'll come back to it. Other than that, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect.
Go.
Here we go. Question number 1. Gamophobia is the fear of what? Commitment or staring?
Staring.
That is incorrect. Question number 2. Who produced a hit song with I'll Be Missing You in 1997?
I don't know. The Police, maybe?
Incorrect. Question number 3. Which state is nicknamed the Wolverine State?
Oh, I don't know. Pass.
Question number 4 is multiple choice. What was the name of Al Capone's criminal organization? Was it the Suits or the Outfit?
The Suits.
Incorrect. Question number 5. What instrument did Sting play with the band The Police? What instrument did Sting play with The Police?
Bass.
That is correct. Question number 6. Egg Foo is the enemy of what superhero? It's multiple choice. Is it Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman? Say that again.
What's the question?
Egg Foo is the enemy of what superhero? Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
That is correct. Question number 7. Who provided the voice for Mr. Swackhammer, the main antagonist in the movie Space Jam?
I couldn't tell you. Dang.
Well, time is up with that. Let's see. You got 2 out of 7 today, Cotter. Becca got 2 out of 7 today, okay. So you do have some work to do still. Becca, hang out with us. Let's see how Cotter does on his side of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Once again, Cotter, 7 questions, 60 seconds. We've got 3 multiple choice questions today. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Gamophobia is the fear of what? Commitment or staring?
Staring.
Incorrect. Question number 2, who produced a hit song with I'll Be Missing You in 1997?
Oh, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs.
That is correct. Question number 3, what state is nicknamed the Wolverine State?
Michigan.
That is correct. Question number 4, multiple choice. What was the name of Al Capone's criminal organization? Was it the Suit or the Outfit?
The Outfit.
That is correct. Question number 5, what instrument did Sting play with the band The Police?
Bass.
That is correct. Question number 6, multiple choice. Egg Foo is the enemy of what superhero? Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman?
It's got to be Batman.
Incorrect.
Balls.
Question number 7, who provided the voice for Mr. Swackhammer, the main antagonist in the movie Space Jam?
Is it the first Space Jam?
Yes.
Oh, man. Samuel L. Jackson.
Incorrect. Cotter, you did pick up the win today, though. 4-2 over Becca.
Becca, it was close. Thank you for calling in and playing. We got some tickets for you for Coheed and Cambria.
All right.
All right, Becca.
Sounds good. That was fun.
Becca, so what's going to happen is I'm going to call you after the show today from a weird number. And then once I get a hold of you, we will grab your email. And then I'll just transfer the tickets directly over to you. You don't have to stop in the radio station or anything. But we'll go ahead and call you after the show today.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good day.
You too. Thank you, Becca.
Thanks, Becca. All right, let's go ahead and go over the correct answers, Cotter, for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Gamophobia is the fear of commitment. Question number 2, who produced a hit song with I'll Be Missing You in 1997? Puff Daddy. Question number 3, what state is nicknamed the Wolverine State? That's Michigan. What was the name of Al Capone's criminal organization? The Outfit is the correct answer. Question 5, what instrument did Sting play in the band The Police? That would be the bass. Egg Foo is the enemy of Wonder Woman.
Really?
I had no idea either.
It sounded just like one of those weird Batman villains.
All right. And question number 7, who provided the voice of Mr. Swackhammer, the main antagonist in the movie Space Jam? Danny DeVito.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, back at it tomorrow. Another round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
All right, guys, we'll be right back with audio on the stream. Cotter's going to edit that up.
Are you smarter than a community college?
Now we're officially back on the chat here. Thanks for hanging around. Cotter just finished up editing up the Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout audio that you heard here first live on the chat. With that win, Cotter's record now stands at 39 wins, 8 losses, and 4 ties. Quick question.
Yep.
So I made some crab stuffed salmon the other day for dinner, Friday night. It's cooked. It's in my fridge. I was going to eat it for lunch today. Still good, right?
Yeah, it's in the fridge
Yeah, it's in like an airtight like plastic container.
Should be fine.
Because I was looking at it this morning. I'm like, gonna eat you for lunch. And then I thought to myself, oh, I could die. Hello, Schmeichel.
What's up, man?
Right. Well, I know you just said. Mm-hmm. Well, if they ran the ball well, why did the Falcons only score 6 points? Okay. I don't know. Wait, but you're an Eagles fan, so why are you defending the Falcons right now? Oh, okay. I mean,
I'll be right back.
all right. All right. Okay. Damn football fans. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging around this morning. Appreciate it here on the Cotter and Marsh Show. Just quick heads up, programming alert. I should get like a red little programming light for like breaking news and alerts. I'll put that down on the list. We're going to be off on Friday this week. Cotter's going to go see his kid in Arkansas. I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights, which I'm actually very excited about with my wife. So going to be off the stream on Friday, but we will be back on Monday with another full week of shows. Brett says, "Are you going to heat? Are you going to be the fish reheater at the office?" No, I will not. Yeah, the greatest thing about my job is pretty much as soon as I get off the air, because we're still living in that like we can work at home COVID world. I pretty much leave at like 11:30 every day, so I'm only in the office for about 6 hours every day. Then I go home and I actually wrap up my workday there. So I get to eat lunch at home is what I'm trying to say, and it's fantastic. I let the dogs out, we chill out. We watch an episode of The Office, which has been kind of my go-to for the last few months. I don't know why. It's like my ritual now. I go home, turn on The Office, whatever episode it is, I don't care. And then I just eat lunch. And then, I kick around the dogs for a while, take a short nap, and then I'm back at work till 5:30. Tomorrow, we are going to have Mac in studio, which is always a good time, with another episode of Chicks on Dudes. That'll be at 9 o'clock. We'll have Lauren Wolverton back in. She's had an amazing week in Charleston. We'll have to ask her how that was on the live stream. But she'll be coming in for our on-air segment, Explain the Bachelor. Bachelor in Paradise is still one of the most watched shows in America. Think about that. It is one of the most watched shows in America on a weekly basis. Always trends number 1 on Twitter. So we'll have Lauren Wolverton from Connect Savannah in to explain The Bachelor so you can keep up with it. So if the wife asks you to watch it, you don't have to. You can just stare at your phone the entire time. And then you can hear what Lauren has to say about it so you can kind of keep up with it in case your wife wants to talk to you about it. Or flip-flopping, the gender roles, whatever. Your husband watches it. Maybe you don't care about it, whatever. Andrew says, I could work from home as well, but I love my multiple screens in my office, so it makes my computer work much easier. I also have to come in and make sure the drivers are not ruining the building every once in a while. Yeah. Get a tough job, man. I get it. Actually, I was thinking the same thing the other day in my home studio. I have a dual monitor here at work, but I only have one at home. And I'm like, I kind of miss it. Once you become a dual monitor guy, it's kind of hard to go back to just the single monitor, which I know is a big time rich guy problem. But I miss it. I miss having 2 monitors at my house.
All right.
So I just got my first email for music, Christmas music. Are we gonna, when it comes to Christmas music, we have a sister station called Rewind 107.9 that usually plays Christmas music, for like 2 months. All right, is that station going to be doing that again?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Good old Christmas music is back, guys. Christmas music.
But yeah, we'll probably do that again. Makes money, man. Makes money.
But where will I get my classic hits from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Cotter?
Your CD collection?
Do people have CD collections anymore?
That's a good question. No, I don't think so.
I have a very small box. Like I have a shoe box full of what I consider rare CDs.
Okay.
And I've held on to those. The rest of my collection has been thrown.
I wish because I had a massive collection because I was DJing weddings, back in the day. And it was before you can do everything digitally. So everything was on CD. I wish I would have kept those and transferred them digitally.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I up to a point I did, and I actually found my iPod. It has a bunch of it on it, but there's a bunch that I didn't. I wish I would have.
Yeah. Andrew says, thanks to working at Home Depot back in the day, I hate Christmas music.
I get that, man. Being stuck in a situation where you had to listen to that constantly. Yeah.
Why is department store music the worst music?
Because they pick the cheapest stuff. Because when it comes to the rights of paying for songs, it's like that's why you get like Muzak versions of it in the elevator because you're not paying the full artist for it. Mm-hmm. So I get it. I definitely get it.
It's like I don't know why you think you'd play a good music selection so people would maybe want to stay in your store longer.
Yeah,
but no, it's somehow the worst.
All comes down to saving money.
The worst perpetrator of this that I've noticed most recently, Kohl's.
Oh,
Kohl's
really?
has the worst music selection. You walk in there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna try to buy a nice shirt,
right?
Maybe a pair of shoes, maybe some bedding. I don't know. Kohl's has so many solutions to my modern problems, Cotter.
It's true,
but then they have to play that crappy music, and I'm like, this place sucks.
Walmart is, for a while there, like Walmart radio was like a little bit of a thing, especially online, on Twitter and stuff. But there's several stores that have kind of tried to make something of it.
Have you walked into a Walmart recently?
It's been a month or so.
So did you notice like Walmarts are starting to play music outside?
I noticed it at not Walmart, but at the Walmart
neighborhood store.
And the only reason I noticed it is because our voice guy who does all of our voice work for us is their voice guy.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm walking out of Walmart and I'm like, are they listening to rock? What the hell? I called him right there in the parking lot. I'm like, are you a Walmart voice guy? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, that's got to be a nice payday. Good for you.
Makes a lot more than you give me.
I know.
A-hole.
So it's like, So I did notice that.
Yeah, it's weird because it just started probably like over the last year, maybe-ish. But like, I don't know why they think they need a party in the parking lot. Or maybe that's just to cover the sounds of like people getting murdered in their parking lots or something. But it's weird to like walk out and you're hearing Imagine Dragons like when I'm like radioactive. I'm like, I just came for some fruit. So weird. Sean says, I ran into Walmart yesterday and they were playing video game music. They were playing Sonic the Hedgehog? Actually, that's awesome.
That's kind of fun.
Rhett says, I noticed that at the Bluffton Walmart too. Yeah, just like they started playing music.
Started that last year.
Wanda says, Kroger plays some good music. I don't know, I guess I never noticed. I guess I'm just too hungry when I walk into Walmart. Or Kroger. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing like the HelloFresh thing recently, so I haven't been to Kroger in a while.
How much does that cost?
HelloFresh, the thing is, it's like if you can get in the beginning, you get deals.
Yeah.
So it's like $40 a week, $50 a week. It gets more expensive.
Okay.
But everything we've had outside of one meal. Last night it was like it was just burgers, and they were just okay. And I tried to grill them, and the meat didn't hold together very well on the grill, so it was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But everything else we've had, a lot of, and Mexican food's like my favorite. So anytime they got like, burritos or this, I always go for that. Everything else we've had has been really, really good, except for that. But it can get a little pricey after a while.
So you said at the beginning it's $40.
They'll usually give you a great deal in the beginning.
What would you say like a normal non-coupon type of deal is?
I don't know. I don't, because we usually stop as soon as the deal goes away. Wait a few months, then go back to it.
Sean says he uses every plate. He said it's good.
We've bounced around to a few different ones, and especially in the beginning when we first started. Right now, it's just been the HelloFresh stuff. It's been good though. I like it, and they offer now like everything. You can I need a head of broccoli, and you can sign up for broccoli.
Oh, okay.
They have all these little side things you can get now too.
So my wife loves mac and cheese, so she made some smoked Gouda mac and cheese last night, which was really good. But I upped the ante because smoked Gouda is so delicious.
Yeah.
But I won't say it was definitely a high brain moment. So I went into Food Lion and I just walked by the honey section. I don't know what I was looking for, but they had a spicy honey.
Oh,
it was like $10 for a bottle. I think I mentioned this before, but I bought it. But I was like, and of course, when you buy $10 honey, you're like, well, I better use this effing honey.
Yeah,
right?
You better.
Yeah, it better not sit in the cupboard. Like, everyone has an ancient bottle of honey, I just imagine, stuck in the back of their cupboards. Because I found like 3 of them. I didn't know why.
Never goes bad.
It does never go bad. But anyway, yeah. So I used that on the mac and cheese last night. Holy shit!
Good.
Incredible. Okay. Unbelievable. I highly recommend. Once again, high brain. If you're walking by the honey and there's a spicy honey, pick it up. $10. I know it's pricey. You could literally, I think you can drop it on anything.
How much you put in the mac and cheese?
I mean, it's like drizzled it on the top.
Okay, so you use it as a topping.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a sauce while eating type of situation. I didn't like cook it on there or anything.
All right, so we've got a few minutes of commercials left, a couple tunes. Gonna hear Interstate Love Song, also Linkin Park in the end. Then after 9 o'clock, gonna talk Mad Max Fury Road cars. 13 vehicles went up for are going up for auction. Then we're gonna talk about which movie car, if we could own one or a couple, would you want to own? So it's a good question now. Hit us up with a text or on the chat. If there was a movie vehicle that you could own, what would you want it to be?
I did a little research, and I think I went a little overboard. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
I have 5 potential vehicles I would like to own.
Yeah, there's several. There's the actual cars, version of it, to where it's, this is something I could drive around. And then there's the over-the-top, crazy stuff, kind of like the Mad Max cars, where it's like, I'm not picking up the groceries.
Right.
The post-apocalyptic, car with heads on spikes. Or maybe I should.
Sean says they played the Halo music at Walmart while I was inside, and a few other songs. Walked out, I didn't know the song, and my wife was like, "This is Kingdom Hearts." Oh. Maybe they were just on a video game music channel.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so in music news today, we're going to be talking about Mudvayne, who played their first show in 12 years. We'll also talk about Korn, another case of COVID, this time not Jonathan Davis. And then we're going to talk about the Blue Ridge Music Festival. This was a music festival that everyone was looking forward to. It was in Virginia this past weekend.
Right.
But it went a little towards the way of like a Woodstock 99.
Oh.
So I got some stories in regards to that. So I think we may kick off with the Blue Ridge Music Festival. And then that show was headlined by Five Finger Death Punch and who else was there? Shine Down, Rob Zombie. So you could play any one of those.
Okay.
But interesting stuff from the weekend from good old Blue Ridge.
So we got about 6 minutes.
Anyone else on the chat, go ahead and drop in if you have any questions for the Magic 8 Ball. Go ahead and get those in for the week.
Reminder, we will not be in on Friday. Marshall is heading down to Orlando for some haunted houses. I'll be flying to Arkansas, which is a haunted house unto itself.
The state is.
Yes.
Entire state.
The school's nice. I'll be there for a family day from a kid.
Charles says Mudvayne would be a great idea for the 21st anniversary concert. I love that idea as well.
That would be a lot of fun.
We're in my 20th anniversary shirt right now. Do you think Mudvayne will play our 21st anniversary show, Magic 8 Ball? Without a doubt. Cool. Let's call them up.
So they're willing to give us a discount, is what you're saying. Something tells me Mudvayne's not cheap.
Yeah, they're probably making quite a bit of money right now. Ooh, Charles would like to know Magic 8 Ball. Will Charles win the lottery tonight? Science point to yes. Okay, Charles, go buy some lottery tickets, bro. So yesterday was the MTV Video Music Awards.
Yes.
And you mentioned earlier the Foo Fighters won like this Global Icon Award or whatever.
Yeah.
But the most interesting thing from the awards, outside of Madonna just randomly showing up and flashing her butt for everyone to see, it was a weird moment.
We've all seen it.
Conor McGregor was on the red carpet, and he was hanging out, and he wanted to meet Machine Gun Kelly, MGK. He played Tommy Lee in the Motley Crue movie, The Dirt.
Yep.
He's a movie star. He's a great musician. Well, apparently, Conor walked up to Machine Gun Kelly and asked him for a photo. Machine Gun Kelly denied his request.
What?
And apparently pushed Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor did not like this. So Conor McGregor spilled his drink when he was pushed. He decided to throw his drink at Machine Gun Kelly, almost hitting Megan Fox, who Machine Gun Kelly is dating. And there was a little bit of scuffle on the red carpet, and the pictures from it are pretty outstanding.
Why did he deny him a picture?
It's not really stated. So once again, yeah, Conor McGregor wearing this brightly pink suit jacket on the red carpet of the VMAs almost got into a fist fight with Machine Gun Kelly.
Interesting, but sure, why not?
I mean, it's on brand for Conor McGregor. I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to check out see if he has tweeted about it. Nope, the last thing he dropped was an ad for fantasy sports betting. He has not tweeted about the incident. Surprising. Probably a good idea. I'm sure he would have just thrown a death threat out there. Honestly, it'd probably piss me off, too, if Conor McGregor is still coming back from that leg injury. He's out of his cast.
Right.
But he's still recovering from it and, like, getting pushed.
Yeah.
Spilling his drink.
I got about 3 minutes.
I get pissed, too.
Yeah, I get that.
Machine Gun Kelly looked so weird last night, too. He had all these, like, pearls glued to his face. There's tons of jokes in there, but I won't make them. I'll let you guys do it. But he looked ridiculous. Wanda says, wish Conor would have knocked him out. I don't know. Me too. It would have been a lot cooler story. Would have led the show with it.
That's true.
Yeah, the last person I would try to even think about pushing is Conor McGregor.
All right, got 2 minutes. Dang it, man. All right. For some reason, couldn't get enough sleep over the weekend. I was in bed by 9 last night. I'm still tired.
I can tell. John Mayer won Best Rock Video at the VMAs last night. Sorry, I'm just looking at the award winners right now.
Did they say who the nominees were with him?
Not in this. Yes. Evanescence for Use My Voice. Foo Fighters' Shame Shame. The Killers' My Own Soul's Warning. Kings of Leon's The Bandit. And Lenny Kravitz's Raise Vibration.
Okay. If you haven't heard The Bandit by Kings of Leon, it is a great song.
Is it more alternative?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is such a good song. I really like that band.
I got asked to go to a government mule show this coming weekend.
We're at
Charleston, I think.
Okay.
Charleston?
They're jam bandy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those bands everybody's heard of, but most people have never seen.
Yeah. I was asked, like, hey, you want to go to this show? And I said, no.
Yeah.
I do not.
Yeah.
Good luck. Have fun. Let's fit this in before we go to break. Hashtag Ask the 8 Ball. Will Bree have fun at her homecoming dance? Outlook, not so good.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
That wasn't good.
Oh, no, Bree.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Be sure to join the Horde, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can watch the stream each and every morning while you're there. Like, follow, and subscribe. So the movie Mad Max Fury Road came out in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great movie.
Yeah.
It was nominated for Best Picture. It's one of those that you're like, oh, Mad Max, I'm in. And then you watch it and you're like, is that way better than it deserved to be?
Yeah, it's one of those films where, it is deceivingly great. I mean, the whole film is fantastic. Tom Hardy's in it.
Yep.
Charlize Theron is also in it. That movie was just turned out to be fantastic. They're actually making a prequel film to it. It's not going to come out for like another 3 years, but they are making a prequel film about it, about the Furiosa character.
Now, it's a very rewatchable movie. If you haven't seen it, take some time, watch it. Now, it's probably most famous for its just crazy vehicle stunts.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole sequence of, just everybody driving down the desert and all these souped up post-apocalyptic cars. It's pretty intense stuff. Well, 13 of the vehicles featured in this movie are going up for auction September 25th and 26th. Now, here's what I find kind of interesting. It is a secret auction.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bid on it, you don't know who else is bidding, and you don't know how much they're bidding.
Interesting.
It's like a crapshoot.
Yeah, so they really want to, push you into bidding the highest amount. Now, one of the vehicles that's going to be a part of this auction, Cotter, is actually one that's been in a lot of, promo material for the film. Conan O'Brien did actually a stunt with this vehicle itself. The guitar player chariot. So there is a scene in the film where there is, this vehicle, but at the top of it, there is a guy who plays guitar and actually has like all these speakers behind him. He's wearing like a red jumpsuit. It just looks super, super cool. You could actually bid on that vehicle. You could own that vehicle.
It's the most metal portable stage ever. I mean, one of the websites I found, the name of it, the Doof Wagon.
The Doof Wagon.
The Doof Wagon.
That sounds about right.
The War Rig is up for sale. This is, they took basically different car cabs, kind of put them all together, and then it's just towing this massive tanker.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Giga Horse. Oof. Now, the Giga Horse is two 1959 Cadillacs. They cut them all up, sliced them together, and then Frankensteined them back together.
It is one of the coolest vehicles in the movie.
And then you got 10 other, the smaller vehicles, stuff called the Razor Cola, Nux car. There's the Jag Flamer. All kinds of just wild, crazy sounding cars. I know, right? But I
love it.
These cars are just insane. But you got us thinking, if you could own any movie, vehicle, or car, what would it be?
Oh, I've got a list.
You got a list?
I got a list, baby.
All right, let's dive into that list next. If you've got one, hit us up. You can text us 800-394-1061. You can also comment in on the chat. If you could own any movie, TV, vehicle ever, what would it be? So hit us up. You can text us in 800-394-1061. Latest from Aaron Jones. This is Supercharged. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
So before the break, we asked if Wanda's daughter Bree will have fun at her homecoming dance. The ball said no, unfortunately. But let's ask the question: is it because of her toe? Wanda says, "Well, she does have an effed up toe."
That's true.
Will she not have fun because of the toe? It is certain. Oh, maybe it's a good night for her to wear boots. All right, Rhett's got a list for us. Excuse me. Not the cocoa. I just choked. Rhett, please drop in your favorite movie, car, vehicle list. We'll share that with you guys. I have 5 on the list that I'll bring up here in just a moment.
All right, got about 2 minutes, just under.
What do you got going on after the show today?
After the show today, going to wrap up, get a little work done. Got to schedule some music and stuff like that. I've got to run down equipment for trivia tonight to my host. Then I'm going to head home, take a nap, and then start working again.
Nice.
Hey, take the dog for a walk. Take the dog for a walk. All right, just over a minute.
I got a text from someone in regards to movie vehicle they like to own. Bill says, definitely the 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile.
Dude, that was... I remember seeing that for the first time when the ads were coming out and all that stuff, and you're like, this is the coolest effing thing ever.
It doesn't look like it'd have a very good turn radius.
No, that's why they had the grappling hook come out when they had to make that sharp turn to help it. Because, turning it is going to be a bitch.
I actually Googled 1989 Batmobile, and it's funny because Lego sells a 1989 limited edition Batmobile.
Oh, cool.
Currently, let's see.
Stupid expensive as everything you buy with Lego. All right, guys, be right back. The movie Mad Max Fury Road, known for its iconic vehicle stunts and chase scenes throughout the desert. Well, 13 of those crazy post-apocalyptic vehicles are going up for auction September 25th and 26th. I can't even imagine what the prices start on some of these.
I would imagine probably $250,000 for some of these vehicles.
I mean, they're massive.
Yeah, I mean, one of those vehicles is actually on my list that I think would be super cool to own. That would be the Giga Horse. You mentioned it. You said it was 1959 Lincolns?
Cadillac Lincolns.
Yeah, just kind of Frankenstein together. I mean, it is one of the cooler looking vehicles in the movie, but I have a full list of stuff that I think would be totally cool to own. Let's just kick it off with the Batmobile, not the original Michael Keaton Batmobile. I'm thinking about the Dark Knight trilogy Tumbler Batmobile. That thing was also a motorcycle, so it was like dual awesome.
Yeah.
This thing is probably my number one vehicle to own.
I mean, I love, and when it comes to Batmobiles, the Michael Keaton Batmobile is my all-time favorite Batmobile. I think it's just great. But when it comes to, hey, I want to tool around in this thing, Tumbler is the way to go.
Yeah, when it comes to like functionality and like an actual vehicle that could be really fun to drive, I think the original Batmobile, I don't think it could take a left or right turn. Like not even in like a NASCAR race, left or right turn. Like it doesn't have a good turn radius. But I think the Tumbler would just be incredibly just fun to drive around.
Number one for me is nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but this movie, I watched it so many times when I was a kid. I'm going with the 1977 Pontiac Trans Am, from Smokey and the Bandit.
Mm.
I mean, T-tops and everything. I mean, you don't see Trans Ams anymore, man. You don't see that style of car. And that one, was just so amazing.
I wouldn't be able to walk into or get in that car without wearing denim.
Oh no,
Or preferably denim shorts, very short.
You would need tight denim, and you would need a massive belt buckle plaid shirt.
Right. Obviously.
Cowboy hat optional.
Well, I mean, if the T-tops are on or off, it really depends on if you have that hat. Let's go with another one that I definitely want. And oddly enough, there's two of them across the street from me where I live. My neighbor owns 2 DeLoreans for no reason. I have no idea. He doesn't do anything with them. They sit. There's one in his garage, and there's one in his driveway. And I'm like, this thing is incredible.
Have you seen it? Because every time I've never seen it. It's always covered.
Yeah. You know,
I've never actually, and I didn't know it was there until you recently brought it up, and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, he had the cover off like a couple times, but he had it open one day, and I almost walked over, but I didn't want to be the nosy neighbor. But like he had the door kind of up, just kind of hangs up in the air, and it is super cool. It is super cool.
That car makes my list, but I want the souped up flying edition.
Oh, from Back to the Future 2?
Yeah, if you're gonna own it, I want it to fly. I want to be able to take banana peels and half empty cans of beer, dump it in for fuel, so I can tool around town up in the air.
Wait, could the original one not do that? Maybe you just didn't know it could do that.
It got the souped up. He came back from the future at the end of it, and they souped it up.
All right.
Also on my list, I'm going old school car again. 1971 Chevy Nova SS from Death Proof, the Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, that'd be cool.
His half a Grindhouse, because that thing, you are safe.
It was mean.
Yes, you can do whatever you want in that car. You are not going to die.
Yeah, I like that choice a lot. How about this one? This is just one because I love Sam Raimi. How about the Oldsmobile or the AKA the Delta or the Classic from the Evil Dead trilogy? Also, it appeared I think in every Spider-Man film as well.
Yeah, he liked to throw that in various movies.
Yeah.
And just big, bombastic, loud, and stupid. Give me Ecto-1. Give me the Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the Ghostbusters vehicle.
Give me the new one from the film that's going to come out this November that has the door that swings out so you can shoot ghosts from it, like the gun seat Ghostbuster Ecto-1. Give me that one.
How disappointed will you be if that movie sucks?
Ugh.
I mean, I'm honestly, I am so excited about this movie. And I like I said, I have the take that I don't think Ghostbusters, the original, is as good as I remember it being when I watched it initially, but it still holds a special place in my heart. So this movie, to me, is my most anticipated movie, I think, the last few years.
Yeah, it's up there. It's definitely up there. And I'm just happy that there's so many nice things being said about it right now. But yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife, I can't wait to check that one out. All
right, coming up next, we're going to get to some Marshall's music news. Be sure to stick around. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Rhett says in his cars, he would take Christine, devil car, bro, 2 DeLorean, 3 Ecto, 4 Dumb and Dumber dog.
Yes.
Yeah. I almost put that on my list, but I'm like, I actually don't want that. You could fit a ton of people in the back. It was proven.
Yes, that is true.
Charles says, I want the Ram Charger from Lone Wolf McQuaid. I don't even know what that is. Hold on, let me look that up. Oh, that Lego Batmobile I was talking about? $30.
That's it?
That's it. 1988 Batmobile.
I might have to get that.
Ram Charger, Lone Wolf, McQuaid. Oh. That is nowhere what I thought it would look like. Okay, that's interesting. I agree with that. I got another text. Let's see. Eleanor said, Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, that's another solid choice.
Someone also said Magnum PI Ferrari.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
The Batmobile, the Munsters car, in the Monkeys car. I don't know what that means.
I don't remember the Monkeys car.
The monkey. Oh, the band.
TV, yeah, the Dragula from Munsters would be awesome.
That would be kind of cool.
It's got its own song, man.
Here, I'll... So this is the vehicle that Charles is talking about. Lone Wolf McQuaid.
Okay.
Rhett also says Bumblebee. Camaro version.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go Love Bug, you go Herbie. I mean, it just makes sense. The Partridge Family bus. That's just out of necessity, Wanda. I get that.
Yeah. You just got an extra shitty minivan with that one.
All right, after commercials, going to hear some Ghost Square Hammers coming up, guys.
Yeah, for music news, we'll do after that. We'll talk about the Blue Ridge Rock Festival that happened up in Virginia over the weekend. We actually had a friend of ours go to that. I should actually hit him up to see how it went for him. Then we'll also talk about Mudvayne. They played their first show in 12 years this past weekend, so I'll share some of the playlist, the track listing that they had, and also Chad Gray just wore some interesting outfits. Like, he went old school.
I mean, they're known for, being colorful.
Yeah, well, and they came back with face paint. I mean, they all wore face paint. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, the last record they kind of went without face paint, though, didn't they?
I think the last couple albums they ditched the face paint completely. I think it was after they only did face paint for album 1.
Are you sure?
LD50.
No. They dropped the names. They all had weird nicknames with that LD50.
Yeah.
They dropped. I think they wore face paint for a little bit longer, though.
You could be right, but I thought it was after that first album they dropped the face paint. Rhett Parnell says, if going classic, he wants the Griswold family station wagon.
Ah, the truckster. The family effing truckster.
So I was out at Defusky Island earlier this year, and I actually found a Griswold station wagon. No. There's one on the island.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm talking like the classic wood panel type of station wagon. Yeah, I found it out there. I was on my way back to the pickup point for the boat that we rented, and there it was just sitting at this bar, and I'm like, all right. I think I have a picture of it somewhere.
Eugene Levy plays the guy that sells him the family truckster.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was a scene in the movie about that.
Yeah, so they take his car in. They're supposed to trade it in for something else. Mm-hmm. So they take the old car in, and within like 5 seconds, they have demolished this car. I mean, they take it back, and it's a cube. And they bring out the family truckster, and it's like, this is not the car I ordered at all. This is, it's supposed to be this, this, and this. And Eugene Levy's like, no, this is the one you want. This one's awesome. He's like, give me back my old car. And it comes out as just a hunk of scrap metal. And then he has no choice, and he has to take the family truckster.
Yep. Good morning, Liquid. How are you, bud?
That's still just one of the all-time great movies.
It's almost that time of year again where I watch
Christmas Vacation.
I watch Christmas Vacation probably 3 or 4 times.
Which one's better? The straight up family vacation, the first one, or Christmas?
Christmas.
Yeah, I think
Christmas is the best.
Though I will say Anthony Michael Hall is the premier Rusty.
Yes, I guess if there is a power rankings of Rusty, it's him and him alone.
Yeah, really.
So just a few minutes ago, they released the first trailer for Hawkeye, which is the new Disney Plus series. Haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I'll go ahead and drop it into the chat just in case you want to check out the first trailer for Hawkeye, which is the new Disney Plus series. Got Jeremy Renner coming back as Clint Barton, a.k.a. Hawkeye, and his daughter.
I got no desire to see that. I'll watch the trailer. Maybe it'll change me.
I'll watch it. It's got to be better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, God, that show sucked. Rhett says you got to pick the cars that'll protect. Oh, the cars that'll protect you, says Rhett. He says he'll choose Christine, Herbie, Bumblebee, and Kit.
Okay.
Liquid says my team sucks. Yeah, I think I'm in 3 different fantasy leagues, and I think I'm going to lose 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm 1-1.
But I absolutely, the one I won on, I housed my opponent. I mean, it was ugly. I beat him by like 30-plus points.
Yeah, the one I like to win, the side one, since there's money on it, that's the one I got trounced on. 125 to 106. Yeah, that's good. Then in the Cotter and Marshall League, I think I will pick up the win. Right now it's 126 to 82. Ooh. I'm taking on We Are Not Marshall.
Oh. So it's pretty rare that IGN is the Imagine Games Network. It's a stupid name, but it's kind of the place where you go if you want like video game news.
Yeah.
So they just put out a review for a new game called Deathloop. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and it's pretty rare. I just came upon it because they put the review out. They gave it a 10 out of 10. They say it's a masterpiece.
Damn.
It's available tomorrow officially, so you can play it on your PlayStation 5 tomorrow and also PC. But rarely do you see a 10 out of 10 score.
Wow,
and
that's
Deathloop got a 10 out of 10.
That's impressive.
Liquid says, my fantasy teams are fine. My real team is garbage. Yeah, I know, man. I knew the Bears were going to be bad this year. I knew the coaching staff and the general manager, they are possibly the dumbest people I've ever seen run a professional football team and be allowed to keep their jobs. I don't know how the Chicago Bears keep finding the worst people in football to keep running their stuff, but they do. And I knew I was going to hate my life last night, and I did. I hated every single second of it. I finally turned the television off when there was 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I was like, I can't believe I watched that.
Just over a minute.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with the Blue Ridge Rock Festival story first. Then we can run into Mudvayne, and then we'll wrap up with Corn.
Sure.
Tomorrow on the show, Mac comes back for another edition of Chicks on Dudes. That'll be at 9 o'clock. Wednesday, we'll have our close personal friend Lauren Wolverton in studio to talk about The Bachelor with Explain the Bachelor. Tomorrow, Cotter will also quiz me in the face.
Got a couple ideas. Haven't put anything together officially yet, but a couple ideas.
Ooh, Rhett says he watched Guns Akimbo the other day. Having guns bolted to your hands would really suck. Yes, it would. I love that movie, though. It's stupid fun.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thanks for being part of the show on air and on the stream. Let's get to it. It's time for Marshall's Music News.
So a pretty major rock festival happened over the weekend. It was called the Blue Ridge Rock Festival in Virginia. It was headlined by Five Finger Death Punch, Shinedown, and Rob Zombie. Now, I heard a lot of people talk about this festival. I actually pulled people reach out to me and say, hey, do you have tickets for this? I'm like,
yeah.
No, unfortunately, I don't, because people are so excited about this lineup. Well, it apparently did not go very well. It was actually beset with logistical challenges, with hours-long traffic queues, insufficient camping facilities among the chief concerns from attendees. So much so that they created a Facebook group called Screwed by Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
Oh.
And it was launched and had thousands of members join almost instantly. Now, the group actually describes their page saying this: this event has been wrought with ineptitude and failure. Ticketing was a nightmare. Camping was oversold, leaving prospective attendees without the accommodations that they paid for. Parking was disorganized and inefficient, leaving attendees in long lines for unacceptable durations. Now, some person who actually was talking to a local news outlet in regards to the Blue Ridge Rock Festival said it was just cars piled on cars. A lot of wait hours. You heard people saying they waited for 6 hours, 4 hours. What? But overall, as the day kept going, it got better. Now, people said that the music, the festival itself was great. Just the logistics, like the amenities, were horrific. Now, one person said, here's some pros and cons of Blue Ridge after day one. This is an attendee that wrote this on Twitter. He goes, positive, the bill and live production were fantastic. Negative, parking was an S show. That's an understatement. Positive, everything is really cheap for a festival. Negative, nearly no cell service. With cell phone service, which is bad. Here's a positive. Porta potties are actually kept clean.
Oh.
And negative, security sucks. So definitely some huge issues from the Blue Ridge Festival that happened over the weekend. Once again, that featured a lot of bands that we know very well, like Five Finger Death Punch, Shinedown, and Rob Zombie. Almost a Woodstock 99 type situation, just minus the fires.
All right, coming up next, more of Marshall's music news. Here is Five Finger Death Punch. It's Bad Company. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Bad Company.
See you later, Wanda. Hope everything goes well.
Yeah, one movie I didn't get to over the weekend that I'm going to watch this week is one of those day in theater, day on streaming service releases that happened over the weekend called Malignant.
Okay.
It's directed by James Wan, who did the Conjuring series, and he's done the Aquaman stuff. So he released a movie on HBO Max called Malignant. It's a horror film. Didn't get great ratings. Actually, it's some of the worst ratings that he's ever gotten for a film. So I'm kind of interested to see why people hate it so much. But
right.
If you are interested in finding a horror movie to watch in the next few days, now that we're leading into the very spooky season of Halloween, check out Malignant. I've heard some good things. I've heard some bad things, but you can make up your own mind.
Okay, just under 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Right, I'm happy you mentioned that. So, Brett says there's also one on Netflix that came out over the weekend called Kate. So, I don't know why a lot of people are really, really excited about making female John Wick movies, but they did one with Gunpowder Milkshake, which is okay. But they now have one with, what's her name? Mary Elizabeth Winstead, whatever her name is.
Sure.
Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. That's how I know her. So that she has a new film that she's starring in where essentially she's John Wick, but she's just a chick. And
okay.
She's poisoned and she has 24 hours to live.
Okay.
Type of thing. And it's gotten some bad ratings. Although I'm kind of interested in watching it, but it was just released on Netflix over the weekend. I just looked at it. Charles sent me another text message, and it's something quite special. Yeah, I don't know why. I think our chat, or our video bounced out for a second, but it's back.
Lost video for a sex.
Yeah.
Priorities. All right, be right back, guys. Time for story number 2 of Marshall's music news.
So Mudvayne played their first show in 12 years this past Saturday night at the Incarceration, there it is, Music and Tattoo Festival. That was in Mansfield, Ohio. They played a great set, 14 songs, Death Blooms, Nothing to Gain, Happy, World So Cold, Not Falling, Dig, closed out the set. It sounded like a great set, but the guy sounded a little rough to me. In the videos that people shared online, Chad Gray's voice screaming at his age, maybe not the best idea, but he sounded a little rough, but it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was bad in any form or fashion. The thing that was bad was Chad Gray, he has to keep up with himself to be, I think, in Mudvayne shape, kind of like how Vince Neil would probably have to keep himself up to be a singer for Motley Crue. Chad Gray's gained some weight, but he also had a litany of costume changes during the set. At one point, he was wearing a white and black clown costume. Then he was wearing the old school, like early Mudvayne kind of overalls. At one point, but he started off with like this weird Mad Max like wraparound jacket. It was very strange to see Chad Gray go through so many costume changes for a show. Now, Mudvayne is back, which is exciting news for everyone, but they're also back as the painted face versions of themselves, which I think they only did for like the first album or two. So it was kind of weird to see Mudvayne being like 50-year-old dudes still painting their faces. I guess it's the equivalent of like Kiss. Is Mudvayne our Kiss? And we just don't know it?
Yes, sure. We'll go with yes.
Anyway, so the guys are back, and we're happy to see them at Welcome to Rockville. They're playing the last day of Welcome to Rockville coming up in November. So I can't wait to judge them myself in person.
All right, got one more story to go before we wrap up the show. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Well, thanks for hanging around, everyone who's still with us here on the chat. Obviously, loaded day tomorrow. We get to all sorts of fun stuff, like Quiz in the Face. We'll have Max stop by for another edition of Chicks on Dudes. We'll play some trivia for some Coheed and Cambria tickets as well.
All right. After commercials, got Foo Fighters making a fire. We'll get to the third story. Louisiana could get hit with another hurricane. That sucks. Tropical storm Nicholas.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Tropical storm Nicholas making its way toward Texas and Louisiana. Could get a lot of rain, flooding over the next week or so. That sucks. They've already declared a state of emergency in Louisiana. Once again, that doesn't mean things will get bad necessarily. It just makes it easier for them to move money around and get stuff done when it's declared a state of emergency. Oh, man. It was a good weekend. Didn't feel like I got too much done. I mean, it was productive work, that kind of stuff. Ran, made it to Hilton Head. So we were looking. My wife wants to get some like furniture for the upstairs in our house. And we had done before the pandemic. I mean, right when we moved in, we did some thrift shopping. We found a few things. We're, oh, this is awesome. We'll come back. Obviously, the pandemic hits. Couldn't make it back, so we just made it back now. And really couldn't find anything we're looking for. We bought a frame, an $8 picture frame. That was the one thing we bought. Couldn't make it to Lincoln and South because it wasn't open by the time we were done. That's how well things went. But did discover that there is another brewery in Hilton Head called Side Hustle. So I'm going to have to make my way over there because I'm very curious about Side Hustle on Hilton Head Island. I did not know it was a thing. And their beers actually sound really good. Where's the adder? They were like tucked away. It's super weird. I mean, it was this tucked away, this little bitty place, right by a place where we were thrift shopping at. Go college dorm, mini fridge, beanbag, foam couches. Yeah, it's funny. We actually have. So the upstairs. We call it our library. It's just we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs and this open area that's like right above. Like you can look down into the living room, and we painted it up kind of resembling the Haunted Mansion, purple, black. We have this the biggest beanbag freaking chair I've ever seen in my life. So she's looking for stuff that will go up there. But I do like the idea of the college dorm. Keeping it simple. Nice and easy. Yeah, so this Side Hustle beer company that's out of Hilton Head that I found, I mean, it's got like 1,000 people who follow them on Facebook. So, I mean, it's super tiny. The beer sounded good, though. Got a double IPA. There's an IPA. Figure out a day to get over there. Cool. All right, so almost done with commercials. Going to get into Foo Fighters making a fire after that final story of the day. And then we'll get out of your way, man. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Appreciate it. Side Hustle. So the page was created for this brewery, the Facebook page, December of 2020. So, yeah, they're new.
Mm-hmm. Side Hustle, 2 words or?
2 words. Side Hustle Beer Company.
That's an all-time brutal logo.
Yeah, it's a little clip arty.
So Iron Maiden just put out their new album, Senjutsu. It's their highest charting album ever on the Billboard 200.
Okay.
And they've put out a lot of albums. This is their 17th.
That's crazy to think that they've had that many albums.
Yeah. So let's see. It's their first album since 2015's Book of Souls. Let's see. This debuted at number 3 with 64,000 album units earned. So you can usually tell like where a band has come out just based on like the age demographic. So
yeah,
they've sold 64,000 albums. 61,000 of those were credited to physical album sales. 3,000 were digital.
Yeah.
And then they had 3.57 million on-demand streams racked up by fans. So when it comes to actually purchasing music, their older fan base definitely bought physical copies of the album. I wonder how many of those were like vinyl based on like CD, vinyl.
Right. That's a good question. All right, just under 2 minutes, guys. Final break of the day. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it as always.
Rhett says it's across from the Lumberyard on Arrow Road.
Closest traffic circle. Yep. That is exactly the one. Yeah, we went. There's a thrift store right to the right of it. If you're looking at it, we drove past the thrift store, and as we went around in the traffic circle, that's where my wife was like, "Hey, there's a brewery." I'm like, "Where?" And I mean, it's just this tiny little building. Have you been there, Rhett? If so, is it worth the trip? All right, guys, 45 seconds.
Have a good day, Liquid.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, before we wrap it up for today, one more time, we got Marshall's Music News.
So it was just announced that James Monkey Schaefer, the guitar player for Korn, has tested positive for COVID-19. Now, the band did not miss any shows because of this, because they have revealed that a temporary fill-in, J.R. Barris from Love and Death. Love and Death is Brian Head Welch's side project, and it's filled in for Monkey before. Monkey had to miss a couple shows back in 2019 for the birth of one of his children. Now, J.R. Barris has filled in for Monkey here probably for the next few weeks or so as he recovers from COVID-19. His first show was just a few days ago in Salt Lake City. Now, Jonathan Davis obviously had COVID-19 a few weeks back. He has now recovered, but he was doing shows and he was clearly out of breath.
Yeah.
He was fighting COVID-19 after effects, sitting in like this weird castle-y throne and like hitting an oxygen tank in between lyrics just because he was so out of breath. The good news is Jonathan Davis has recovered so much where he no longer needs the castle throne and the oxygen tank anymore. So it sounds like Korn is almost back to full strength as long as it's no more members of their band go down with weird illnesses.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, Mac's going to join us for Chicks on Dudes. If you have a question for Mac, you can email the show, kmshow@rock1061.com. Marshall will get quizzed in the face. Plus, are you smarter than a community college dropout for Coheed and Cambria tickets? We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6. Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, we appreciate it. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. We're back tomorrow with all that fun stuff Cotter mentioned. We'll see you then.
Cool. See you guys.